They kick it like they cool, but I can tell they wanna fight. I keep them girls chill, turn them out and have them down. They never tell me no, why? Cause they like it. They looking at my jewels and they see a player ice. They kick it like they cool, but I can tell they wanna fight. I keep them girls chill, turn them out and have them down. They never tell me no, why? Cause they like it. Hey man, hold up, please, girl, you see that?
Welcome everyone to Wasted with Wize, episode 122. Sorry, I said 22. I don't want to go that far back. Yeah, they like me. So yeah, pretty interesting week. Xbox had a few things. Dragon Ball had a lot to announce. Yeah, we have some Bethesda news. We got some PlayStation news. We got even a little update on Judas and Elder Scrolls 6's development, possibly. And I want to talk more about Crimson Desert, because I've been just like, this past week, I've just been watching trailer after trailer about this game, and it's like fucking unbelievable what this company is doing. And I just want to see what the panel is going to say about that. So before we get started, my name is, as always, is the wise old gamer, the man who brings the fun and dysfunctional. I am the host of this motley cast of characters every Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So let me go ahead and get started with my panelists. My man, Super! The man with the jiggly tits. And then his background also jiggles as well. Anyway, all right, man, Mr. Jiggly. Mr. Jigglypuff.
What's up?
How's life, Jigglypuff?
It's been good.
Our
So what you been doing? What you been playing? Jigglypuff.
I haven't really been doing much. I saw that Wonder Man show on Disney Plus, which I wasn't at all interested in, but actually turned out to be really good. The only game I played recently was a fucking High Guard, and it was better than I thought, but at the same time, it was like, I was like, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. And then after playing that like one time, I'm also like, you know what? I don't care
done.
if I ever play that again.
I'm done.
There's not enough there, and I understand that they're in like a week or 2 weeks they're gonna release more content, and then we're gonna get content every month on the month after that. But it's like, why wouldn't you just wait till you had more content,
A more fleshed out experience, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, there's only a few maps, and there's only like 2 modes or something like that. Like that's not enough.
because that's not how live service game works.
Well,
In order for the live service game to work, they need to have a hook, something that's going to keep people interested. When you only have like fucking 2 game modes, people are going to play for an hour and then be like, "This is all there is here. There isn't like more to it."
High guard, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're going to bounce. So like,
I played like an hour.
That's pretty much the experience everyone is doing.
That's what I was saying. Like we were having this conversation online and on Twitter about how like we both thought the game was better than we thought it was going to be. But again, there's not a whole lot there. And like I hate that the people attacking the game just to attack it, because there's so many people that are like, oh, here's all the things that it does, just like all these other first-person shooters, just unoriginal as shit. And then in the same hand, they'll be like, here's all these things that they're doing that other first-person shooters aren't doing. Why are they doing this? This is weird. This isn't what first-person shooters do. It's like, which is it, dude? Do you want them to be original or unoriginal? Like, just fucking play the fucking game. If you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. But
I
gotta put more time into it, because to me it just felt like a mixture of just elements from other games. I haven't really found like that unique thing, minus I guess the raid or like grabbing the sword or bring it to your base, but maybe I just oversimplified to say it's capture the flag, bring it to the enemy base, start the siege and demolition.
To me, so far,
that's what I
like.
I'm just gonna say that's what. I was just gonna say that's what I had heard, that it's a mixture of a little bit of everything, and it doesn't do anything great. It's like.
It really is the story of, it's a jack of all trades but a master of none type scenario, Yeah. And
it's
to
not
be honest,
even a jack of all trades, because it's not like it's trying to do too many things. It doesn't do a whole bunch of things. It just does a couple things that are like not normally put together, but none of them. I mean, I will say the gunplay itself, the gunplay feels good. Like the gunplay feels solid, but it's just decisions made are interesting because for those who haven't played it, you've got this initial phase where you've got to like put defenses up within your base, and you each have like 3 or 4 walls that you can each, you have in your inventory that you can go and like just harden the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that hardening of the walls, period, then it releases you out into the open world. Behind you, and that's like the crafting looting
I kind of
phase.
think of like Fortnite or battle royales where you're just collecting loot, better gear, and before you go into the fight with other players.
The enforcing of the walls, that's straight from Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
It's just weird because like it's not just looting, it's also like, oh, if you want to buy shit, you got to break these fucking stupid gems. And it's like, and no matter which character you play as, doesn't matter if they're like a small character or like the giant She-Hulk bitch, it's the same number of hits to break the crystals. And like,
it's weird how the game shipped with like was it 4 classes, but like only 1 destructor and like 1 support, but you had like 3 assault classes, whatever the classes are. So it's I don't know, it's weird to have destruction as a key part of the game, but only 1 class really specializes. One character rather really specializes in it.
One funny part about this game, honestly, like it is that I played it as well. I played a bit as well with Lord Metroid. We did enjoy ourselves. I think the game is.
Where is that cocksucker these days? Like, I've been keep sending him shit, and he doesn't even come online. What the fuck is he? Is he ghosting me? He's too. Like I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested about gay lovers ghosting me, but still,
Oh,
no.
Go ahead.
I don't remember though. I think it's traveling or something like that. But like, anyways, like the game does have some flaws here and there. But how can I describe High Garden to everyone? It would be like imagining like the company, this developer specific, that is trying to let's pitch an idea. We pitched the idea to do a multiplayer, and then okay, everybody, let's do a brainstorm of what this game can have. And then everyone was bringing all their ideas from what that are available on other games, and they decided to, instead of like filter everything and go for the main parts of it, why don't we just go with everything from the brainstorm?
It sounds like if anyone played Resident Evil 6, and it's not the best comparison, but how Resident Evil 6 is like, okay, we know we got like the horror fans, we got the action fans, we're gonna try to appeal to everybody, and it made not that good of a game.
Now punch that rock, cocksucker. No, and the other things like at first, go ahead.
No, it's just because it's bizarre because they try to add so much stuff to the game, honestly, to the point where you have a fucking mini game to, at the right time, you press the right sticker in order for you to properly mine the goddamn crystals that is your currency there.
There's a quick time setting.
There is a quick
in order
timing
to break
thing.
the crystals, you have to time the right stick with as the shrinking circle. Otherwise, you'll like ping and break it. Bang it off the fucking crit, which is like, all right. Again, it's not that big of a deal. But it's like,
one of those.
But why is it?
Yeah, it doesn't add to the experience. It's just an extra button I got pressed for no reason.
All it does is it slows down your ability to get your shit. Because it's not like there isn't there is.
You don't get like bonus crystals or something like that. Maybe
right. There's no bonus crystals for getting a perfect and breaking down the crystal. There's also 0 mini games to open the fucking chest. You just go up and go open the goddamn chest, and the chest is where all the good shit is.
Is it the normal FTP fare with multiple various currencies? How many currencies do you have here?
If you're talking about in game or out, like
no, total outside, in order for you to unlock skins and stuff, there's probably going to be 3
about
or
3,
like
about 3 of them. And then in game, there's just like the crystal.
I have my Xbox open right here. Let me check. High Garden.
RPG88 just said that I expected better from Respawn developers, and I mean, I think
that's. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just to touch on that. That's the thing that kind of, unless I just didn't put enough time into it, they speak about being Respawn developers, and one of the main things from Respawn was Titanfall. I'm not saying I wanted a Titanfall clone, but there's really no enhanced movement of any kind. It's you have the horse, you have like some zip lines, and then aside from that, it's just
that's the other thing. Like
there's
the
nothing
whole mount system is fucking pointless because
wonky.
inside your bases, inside your base or inside the enemy base, you can't spawn the mounts anyway. That's only for like the in between areas. And the in between areas, like at first I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. We have like a bit of a difference. We have some short range combat, some long range combat. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that it's not just all one or the other. But then came to the realization that like it's just a giant open expanse of nothing between you and the other base. And you need that you need that fucking mount to get there. And then even the buttons to get on the mount, it's double X.
Yeah,
dude,
you
my
can
brain, my
that.
brain. I know, but my brain
But,
is hard
yeah.
coded that double X is double jump.
That's
So
that's why
I'll try to
it.
double jump to get up someplace, and I'm like, pull my back up my fucking panther. I'm like, I want the goddamn panther.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
you
there.
can do like wall climbing and mantling. I think as long as you just jump into the wall, you'll wall climb. But it's that instinct of like double tapping A just because you're trying to jump. And I kept summoning my mount. I was like, what the fuck? So I went to the menus and found that you can change the mounting. But I'm just like, yeah, no, it's just. And one thing, because I was playing it and I hopped into the training mode, I did not know how to open the goddamn menu because start button will only bring up like your character screen or something like that. And for the longest of time, I was like, how do I exit the game or change my settings? You have to hold the start button to get into the menu. And I it's such a small thing, but I was stuck for like 10 minutes trying to figure out, bro, how do I get out of how to change my settings? Like, what the fuck?
Well, RPG 88 has a D847
decisions.
in the match is the crystals that you use to buy from the in-round vendor. So can y'all answer any of y'all who had
Yeah. You buy it from the vendor who you could buy it from him. So that I don't know, that is weird. Like you can either run around, collect chests, and the chest will have I guess you go to the vendor if you want something specific for your character, see what he has. But yeah, you can go around, collect chests, get improved armor or weapons, or you could just find a rock, hit it, and then see what he's selling.
Yeah, like you can find better shit. Like you can stop by the vendor and see what he has for sale before, and the vendor's usually pretty close to your base before going out and breaking crystals. But I found that I would find much better stuff just by opening up the loot chests.
Yeah, I guess there's
breaking the crystals.
One thing to know is that when you summon the siege mechanic, the vendor is in your siege that's breaking down the enemy wall. So in that regards, having some money on hand and you can buy stuff as you're starting the siege process. There's that, but still, it's like, for the most part, you get to just go find chests and get the items and go from there. So I think
and like I said, there's so little though outside of putting the defenses up on your base, which don't even come into play unless they're attacking your base because you take turns going back and forth, and the empty space between the two bases. And then when you're in their base, like every match literally plays the exact same way. You put the walls up on your base, you go loot bullshit, you go to their base, and then you have to try to plant bombs on their
generators. Yeah, there's a generator, the heart of the base, if you will. So if you destroy both generators, that's a win. But I think if you destroy the heart, then that's also a win. I don't know the specific name, but essentially it's the heart. So it's like
I couldn't figure out what to do with the heart because I was go up to it and there was no contextual pop-up of like something to do or like hit this button, nothing popped up. So I just went after the generators. But yeah, like you just go after the generators. And then half the time I'd be in one room with the generator and they'd be over like fighting on the other side. And I'd blow up the generator and no one even fucking came.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's not exhilarating, it's not fun.
I think what would have
so
been
fast.
Yeah, I think
on D48. Pause 1 second. D487 guys, question: does the saddle speed significantly make a difference of you getting into the siege breaker thing first or not?
Does the saddles matter?
The saddle speed, yeah. Again, I can't speak of this. I don't not play the game.
Do the saddles add stats to the
I think the saddle legendary is just your health for your mount.
It's health and speed for your mount, but it really depends on who gets the sword breaker first, because whichever team gets the sword breaker first, the sword breaker is what's used to break down the shields to the enemy base.
Yeah.
So but the sword breaker can spawn anywhere. It's not a 50-50, split between your base or their base. It's just a random spot. It does. It's just a random spot. And then when the sword breaker drops, there's a giant column in the air. And like even if someone has the sword breaker, as they're riding across the map, you can see the column of where they are. But yeah, so it doesn't really help you in terms of getting to their side first. It just depends on where did the sword breaker
respond. And see, I think we've been, I don't know, I'm kind of going back and forth from like maybe it'd be better if it was just a random spawn point and not a highlight of where it's going to show up at. So because then you're just concentrating on other players and just count it in once it spawns. You just like, all right, everyone just go here and just call it a day. Whereas if it was a spontaneous location, then you're kind of like just strategizing where to go first instead of just waiting for the timer to count down.
In that massive ass open space, you're gonna spend 40 minutes looking for this fucking sword on the map. Like, rather than show it to us. But honestly, it's not like fun or exhilarating, and
it's very mediocre. Like that's just for me. Like, I know, and this could be Jeff speaking more so than the developers, but I know when he unveiled it, it was like they're trying to change the FPS genre, something like that, bring something new, something along those lines,
which is fine,
being unique. But when I play it again, there's really nothing there. You got elements of Overwatch, you got elements of Battle Royale, domination or demolition from Call of Duty, and was a capture the flag, and as you said, Paul, the reinforcement of Rainbow Six Siege. So it's like, what's the seller, like what's the unique thing in this game that you can't really find elsewhere, or that they really took and evolved it into such a way there's really nothing.
And when the only mode is 3v3 and that's it, it's like, okay. And like I said, cool, they're gonna add more content and more operators, whatever the fuck they're called. In
they're
2 weeks.
Wardens, I believe. Wardens.
But it's wardens. Yeah, if we're gonna drop new wardens and new content in 2 weeks, why didn't you just fucking wait to release it?
Just wait.
Because the problem is, because we've talked about this before. If a game comes out and it doesn't have much to offer, people aren't going to go back to it in 2 weeks.
First impressions matter.
I mean, apparently, right now they just I am with High Guard open here on my Xbox. They just added a 5v5 mode, which is experimental. Apparently, it is labeled as that. So I don't know if they are going to.
Hold on. So it came out like last week or a week, like 2 weeks ago.
Last week.
Why not wait a week?
That's what he's saying. He's like, why didn't they just wait a couple of weeks?
And honestly, I'll tell you the truth. Like, I don't think 5v5 is going to ultimately change the experience all that much.
No,
because it's the same mode.
I just think, but like when it comes to being the same modes, the problem is it follows the same structure as if you were playing either Overwatch, which is inspired as well and have elements of a MOBA. Those games, you play the same every single time, and it doesn't matter. People play for a long time those types of games. That's not a problem for the bigger audience, in my opinion. But like one thing that, even though the game has a lot of flaws and I found it fun, the thing that I just wanted to point out is the fact that they are adding this 5v5 because everyone throughout this entire week was complaining, saying, why don't you just add a 5v5?
They lost 80% of their players on Steam in the first.
Guys, let me inject here, okay? Exactly. I wanted to talk about this as a topic, but like we've not got through the intro.
Everyone knows who we are.
All right, well, fuck.
What I'm just trying to say.
Go ahead.
What I'm just trying to say is they were quick on doing that updates, different from fucking 343 that took like an entire year.
I can tell you that it was. I can tell you that it was probably planned, and they used the 3v3 thing basically as a server load test to see what they could.
Why not do like?
Then what they should have done is they should have done a beta, right, or like a fucking early access with the 3v3, test all the shit, and then when it went. Launched, you've got your 3v3, 5v5, your additional wardens, all that stuff.
Yep, that's what they probably should have done, but that they didn't do that. So
a lot of these companies they're so quick to get the game out to market, which I understand, but at the same time they're scared of in the foot.
They're scared of GTA 6. That's why they wanted to be well in advance.
Oh, stop it!
But the problem is like well, I want to say regardless of the reason, but as we say, like first impressions matter, and if you're trying to jump the gun for whatever especially as a free-to-play game, it's just like I don't know. I'm not in the boardrooms. I don't know what their metrics are, their scheduling, whatever, but it's like, why launch a game in a bad spot hoping for players to stick around or come back. As we say, like if it's not fun when I jump in the first time, there's very little chance I'm going to come back to give it another chance.
At this point, I don't care what mode. Better than I thought it would be, because I thought it was going to be a fucking absolute dumpster fire. It's not. It's mid at best, but it's mid is better than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, I'm kind of having a little bit of fun. Like I said, the shooting is good, the gunplay is good, but after playing a couple rounds, I'm like, yeah, it was all right, but I don't care about going back. And it's like if they add a 5v5,
yeah,
I'm like, I don't care. Vinny Vici, I don't care. Like I don't care. Like they'd have to add something that dramatically changes the flow of gameplay. Adding more players per team doesn't change the game. It's just more people on the field.
Yes. So is that 5v5 mode like? I don't. You haven't jumped in or not 5v, but is it different? Is it just raid but five?
I don't know.
People?
I didn't play. It's like it just says it's 5v5. I understand that it's the same game, the same cycle, but now 5v5. That's it. At least it is being honest in that department. You asked just for 5v5, not to change the game. So fuck you. That's it.
Well,
I mean, maybe it'll help out with just like, I don't know, I want to say more action since you have more people in the field, but at the same time, but really side note,
it's only 2 extra people per side.
Yeah, but
that's how the math works. We are.
But see, those additional 2 extra people could change the basic flow of the game.
Yeah. Oh
yeah, but
exactly.
But to what extent? You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, what happened? Well, I was the last match I played. We managed to go. We died at the end of the siege mode. My team got wiped out, and I hate that I choked on the end because I had wiped out everyone but one other player, and I died and restart the whole match. But essentially, it'll restart the match, and you just go through the process again, and you just try to break the siege. So it's not even a good tiebreaker of sorts. It just resets it, and you just do the same thing all over again.
I mean, one thing that bothers me a lot, it is that if you fail during the siege modes and you are like, okay, the defense, they managed to destroy you there and you didn't complete the siege modes as you were supposed to, your base takes a hit. You lose like 30 points of health from your base. Like, for fuck's sake.
Are you kidding me? You what? Really?
Yeah.
Yes, you are to
would be more fun if again if let's say 5v5, if instead of doing this whole shield breaker, sword breaker, whatever the fuck that thing is called, and bringing in your battering ram, if it was like both bases shields are up for X amount of time, and then they give you your looting phase, and then a timer counts down, and after that timer counts down, both bases are now open. Or you have, okay, 2 of us are going to go ahead and try to destroy their shit. 3 of us are going to hang back and try to defend. Where you're playing offense and defense at the same time. At least that would give something. But it's I don't know.
And that's actually a pretty useful thing too, because one of the classes, their whole thing is that you're able to. It's a support class. She's able to put down a portal for your team. So at least with that regards, like you can have a portal going between the enemy bases, or you can spawn on your base or something like that. Like the class thing too is. I don't know why they launched with so few characters as well as this. And then with the training mode, I tried the training mode out, and one of the things that was annoying me was that it seemed like some of the abilities wouldn't interact with some of the training dummies you could interact with. So
back soon enough, boys. What you been having dinner?
What did you say? You'd be back.
What did he say? I don't know what he said.
No speaking English. No.
Well, let me say this. Okay, you guys know this is not my cup of tea, and I looked at this game. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I'm like not interested. However, there is a person in my house that would play this game, and it's it checks off the right boxes, right? It looks like Valorant or Apex, and it's made by the same people with Apex Legends. So my son was playing it, and he played for, generally speaking, about an hour and a half with his friends, and then I was just watching him play, and I mean, I walked away thinking, okay, it looks good. I'm not going to ever play this game, but he had played it for about an hour and a half, and he said, "Yeah, I'm done." So like,
that's where I was.
Yeah. I was like, and then the mounts, like you've got 3 mounts that you can get right off the bat, which is the horse, the bear, and the panther. Then the coolest mount, of course, is a griffin thing, but it's locked. You got to fucking I think pay to unlock it or something. But I
didn't even figure out their battle pass system.
I don't think there's any difference between any of them. I don't think the bear has.
I think it's pure cosmetic. That's
with a game like that, isn't faster.
You have to keep it tied to cosmetics.
Even the visuals are just so mid. I'm like, okay, it's like there's nothing.
Plus,
okay,
I don't.
This looks like a safe game. How about that? This looks like a really safe game.
But
like if you're looking on paper,
safe in this space, that's the problem. Like you have to really stand out. Otherwise, people are just gonna go somewhere else. Because again, and I don't know, maybe whoever put more time into it, I'm just like, what is this game offering that other games aren't? Aside from being like a hodgepodge of multiple ideas, there's nothing here that really say, okay, if you want to experience something you can only get here, you would go for this game. I can't think of anything like. Again, you have siege mechanics from Rainbow Six. You have battle royale-ish or Overwatch-ish mechanics. And
the real Unate says, I've never seen people force themselves to like a game so badly on social media.
It's just a mixture of multiple things, and it doesn't really do anything else.
There's also so few weapons at launch. You've got like 2 assault rifles, a sniper rifle,
shotgun,
a pistol, SMG, shotgun, and then like a fucking axe or a hammer, and that's it. A rocket launcher and a zipline gun. Like there's really not a whole lot there.
So this game, right? Like, okay, the main reason people gravitate towards it were 2 reasons. So number one, it was the last game on the VGAs, and that was also one of the main reasons it got the shit show that it did. Like, yeah, you finished off with this game, and then Keeley came in and cryptically 48 hours before the game launched said something to the effect of 48 hours from now, you guys are going to apologize to me or something like that. Or I don't know.
Oh, dude, people
I'll be accepting your apologies.
A new hassle.
Well, remember, even Dr. Dickhead was pushing that. He took the Lambo to LA to go to a
yeah, Dr. Disrespect was also playing this game.
He didn't do shit. He didn't go. He wasn't invited. In fact, they told him to stay the fuck away.
That's sad. Like I don't know if you're trying to be funny or you're just really trying to get attention, because that's kind of sad if you're gonna lie about that. But man, this is just a huge question mark, man. I swear.
You guys know there's absolutely nothing this game can do that would make me interested in this game. Okay, this is just not my genre of choice.
In a skimpy outfit. There you go. Now you're gonna play it.
But I don't know. Yeah, if there was like a waifu girl, maybe I might look into it.
That was funny.
It's sad that the original Halo had more multiplayer modes when multiplayer was just an fucking add-on. It wasn't the whole game. It was an add-on to the single player game. It had way more modes and all kinds of shit in it, weapons, what have you, than this fucking game does. And this is a solely online multiplayer game.
Like, that's why I want.
Evidently not long enough, dude.
Yeah, because it's like, it's extremely bare bones, man.
No, dude, there ain't shit there.
Man. But again, it's just one of the funny things I saw online, Wize. That was like, I forgot how the tweet essentially went, but pretty much it's like saying shout out to Highguard for having a female character that's gonna have more other content of her, more so than people playing the game. I was like
that.
Dude, one of the characters is a chick, and I thought it was a dude, and until my buddy Real Gamer was like, "That's a chick." I'm like, "No, I think it's a dude," and he's like, "No." And I went into the alternate outfits, and in one of the alternate outfits, you can clearly see that she has tits. Dude, she is built like the fucking Hulk, and she's wearing a mask.
The Hulk or the She-Hulk?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The one that can summon little creatures. I was kind of thinking the same thing too.
Dude, I thought it was a dude. I was like, "Oh, this dude looks kind of cool." And I seen the alternate outfits. I'm like, "This dude's got tits."
Well, you see, I think people gravitated toward this game for number one for Keeley, and number two, well, Keeley announced it as the last game of the VGA, so people wanted to see. And then, of course, it's sweet. And the third reason was because we know the pedigree. Well, apparently the pedigree was people who developed Apex and Titanfall. So that is why people were really Keeley saying the game is good. Nobody really gives a fuck.
See,
but
I don't give a shit what that man says. When I saw that at the Game Awards, I was like,
I saw Hero Shooter, and I was like, that killed it immediately for me. Like they didn't even give a proper breakdown of what the game was going to be. I just saw multiple characters. I was like, this is a hero shooter.
I'm tired of hearing people saying, "Oh, this is a new breed of hero shooter. This is the new breed."
Looks like the old breed to me.
It's like, dude, listen,
who is saying that?
All these developers do. Like, stop trying to invent a new breed of shooter and just make a fucking good shooter that's content complete.
I mean, as everyone says, it's not that it's necessarily bad. You're not going to go out on a limb and say it's bad, but you're not going to necessarily go out of your way and say it's good. It's safe.
Mediocre.
It's safe.
And again, in this, when people will go to, was it Fortnite, or I don't know if Apex Legends still has a huge player count, but a lot of other games that players would just say, all right, I have my fill and go elsewhere. You can't really try to be safe. And obviously you don't want to do anything too risky to break the game or whatever, but it's just not memorable.
RPG 88 says, didn't Splitgate say the same? At least Splitgate had a mechanic.
Splitgate was trying something different. At least the original Splitgate. Now the sequel to it,
Splitgate had a gimmick, which was the portal system that nobody fucking uses.
How was it? Because I did see you guys talk about 2. How was that used in the first one, at least? Because at least when it first came out, but like even
from my understanding, the first one was used as it was in Portal. Like you would put one where and one another where.
That's the way it's used in Splitgate 2 also. But it's you put one portal, and you don't know where the fuck you're coming out, or you see a portal open, don't know where it's going to take you out. That's no one. Anytime I played it, people are just running around playing Call of Duty instead of using the portals. Or you have some people that are so good that they use the portals all the time. And you're getting nuked from God knows where because these motherfuckers know how to really
utilize it. Yeah. Which at least in that regards is just like, I haven't played it, so I can't speak to how good of a system it is, but it's something that's different, or at least like how many other games have a portal mechanic like from Portal, and you're using it in a battle arena.
It's not a bad idea or a bad mechanic, and if you can get really good at it, you could whoop some major ass, but it's very, very hard to master that type of system.
Yeah, and that's where again it goes to Highguard. It's like, okay, what's their portal system? Or I guess another thing too is like, what's in the game that really allows for player expression to really pull off some really cool plays or something like that? Because I don't know, the hero mechanic is interesting because with Overwatch, each hero has their own abilities, but they also have their own type of weapons that you use, and you have to learn how to properly utilize it. Here, the heroes have like a passive, a grenade option, which I think all the grenades kind of operate the same, maybe like some minor differences, like one might leave a fire behind, a alt attack, and then they have their ultimate, but you all use the same guns. So it's like the hero mechanics are very underwhelming. That's the funny part.
And dude, they are selling emotes for your mounts, bro. There's one thing for emotes for your character. Emotes for your fucking mount.
They got an emote. It's like, the mount can emote. What the fuck can a mount? Can a fucking horse do?
It can bow, or it can rear up on the back legs. That's
also, speaking from experience, if a horse doesn't want you on his back, you aren't staying on that horse's back.
Well, that would explain the wheelchair, right?
It can. Oh no, it can. Because
that Christopher Reeve.
They will purposely go under low trees to try to knock you off, rub you against rocks and shit. Yeah, and even drop and roll over to get you off their back.
Yeah, but like the mount emotes aren't anything special. It's just like something that the animal would normally do. It's not like anything cool or interesting. It's like, oh, there's the bear doing bear shit. Oh, there's the horse doing horse shit.
Doing bear shit.
I am bear.
Okay, if one of the emotes is to poop on command, that's awesome.
Definitely not.
That's funny.
But in general, I don't know. I mean, I know it got a lot of negative reviews on Steam the minute it went live. I don't know what it's looking at right now, but
probably
again,
just as bad.
I kind of feel sorry for him in a way, because it's like, I don't think they asked for this, but then again, like I highly doubt if Keighley did not announce this as the last game on the VGA, anyone would have bothered looking at it.
It's just been like any other game where it's like, oh, that looks.
So it's kind of like a catch-22, like damned if you do, damned if you don't, right?
This game was never going to be successful, but the fact that it was at the end of the Game Awards put a much higher profile on it, and so people checked it out and were like, yeah, no, this ain't it, boss. Like it would have been better for the game had Keighley not hyped it up.
Yeah.
And then to tell people, y'all going to be apologizing to me after you play it.
I played it myself, and I think you love to play it too. I was like, okay.
Apparently, you and I have different tastes in games, apparently.
You sound like John Hammond in fucking Jurassic Park, where he goes, in 24 hours, I'll be accepting your apology.
That's what it fucking he said.
Fucking John Hammond.
And ironically enough, just like Johnny Hammond, he got egg on his face.
What I'm
just like the character in Jurassic
I don't know how it would really play out, but part of me, and this is just me speaking because I'm more of a PvE person these days, if they could have came up with a PvE mechanic, like you already have a defense thing set up for defending your own base, and either wave base, and you really try to improve on the fortifying mechanics, really expand on your hero or your warden abilities or something like that, and your equipment. Like, I don't know, it feels like early access or beta or something, just to really get input from other people. So, because if they're planning to keep the game going for a long time to hopefully get feedback from people, maybe that's their plan. But it just goes back to, did it have to release this early?
But see, that what they could, if that was their plan, what they should have done is been upfront about it, like that one, where you're the little dude in a big garden, whatever it's, where they said
grounded. Was that
grounded? Where they basically said it's pre-release and we want your feedback, we want your input.
Mm-hmm.
And so did Baldur's Gate 3, and so did many others that go, this is pre-release, but we want to work this out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the publisher? Or is it self-published?
That's a good question.
No,
I think he would say something about like indie something. So I know that was Wize.
I mean, that could also explain why they sort of released it. If the publisher said no, you release it, they release it.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay. D487 has a question. So the real question is, if Fortnite made this into a mode, will people play it? Why hasn't Fortnite or any other game done it in this way?
A mode of,
well, basically the play mechanics that are in this game. Why did they not just incorporate it in another game? Like again, the horse, I guess.
The thing is like this. Okay, so again, the thing with this game is it's a mixture of multiple ideas. At the start of it, you basically, I look at the sword as you're just playing capture the flag at that point. Take it to the enemy base, dunk it. Now you're going into demolition mode that you have from Call of Duty, where you destroy the base or the generators, and that's it. So, I mean, yeah, other games could have featured something like that where it comes to destruction of your enemy base, but it's not that unique of a mode to, as they're saying, like, why haven't any other game mode done it? Because it's just like a hodgepodge of multiple ideas. Like, there's really
and then like the opening area where you defend your base is just like, oh, here's this wall. I'm gonna make the wall a little bit harder.
Here's the thing that it doesn't make any sense to me yet.
Like they could have used this fucking like gem breaking mechanic to earn money to be like, okay, we're gonna buy archers for our base or for a trebuchet for our base or something to make it a little bit different.
Enemies
and then when you're attacking, you've got to contend with the actual base defenses on top of the
and that's
players.
Where you could have, like, if the other players are adding fortifications beyond just walls, and that's where you could expand on the classes. Like, we had the Destructor class, and he's really good at destroying turrets or something like that. We have either another Destructor or support unit that's either able to destroy outright, or what's the word? Knock it out, like shut it down momentarily, stun it, or something like that. You can expand on it and give more options on how to defend your base, as well as how to just give more tools available to the classes. Like, beyond just the 3 players, now 5, as Fabio said, they added a 5v5 mode. You have your other
because 3
all right,
unique, but that's the thing. And again, Fortnite, if they, I mean, I guess they could, since they already have like building and destruction mechanics, but it's not like they had a winning formula that hey guys, we have this really cool idea to blend all these things together. It'd be awesome. Like, it's not done so in a way that I'm looking at other games like, why can't you guys do what they're doing over there? I like what they're doing. Like, it's just a mixture of ideas that don't really work that well together.
I'm going to say this, and we got to get done with this topic.
Please, it's been 45 minutes.
Yeah, we've been 45 minutes, and we've been talking about. Oh, I said, Suba, how's your week been going?
Forget about the intros, dude. Just move to the next topic.
I'm a disruptor.
As a mathematician, I love going on a tangent, but in this instance, and yeah, I know that's a cringe joke, but oh well. All right, so let me just say this. Okay, this is what doesn't make. Okay, so if you are making an FTP game, then you would say, okay, well, before we. This is an indie game, so these people are investing their own money. So they came together and said, okay, let's make a game. Okay, what game do you want to make? Let's make a free-to-player game. Okay, what FTP game? Okay, what do we want to do to make our unique space in, we're going into an already established niche. Yeah. What are we going to do? Oh, let's put this in and this. How did that sort of go from the discussion to actually fruition to the point where they're actually making this game? Who thought this was going to be a good idea? This is what doesn't make sense. It comes out and everyone who plays it says it's okay. It's a good game. The mechanics are there, but it's just, it doesn't do anything. How does that even come to fruition? That's the question.
Yeah. The thing for me is, how can I say? We say it's a good game, but it's kind of it works. That's kind of how I feel.
It's bug free, relatively speaking.
That's essentially it. And I can't really give praise to a game where I'm just it works, because you will hope every game would work. It's just okay, you got the,
which is not necessarily the case these days, unfortunately, but still.
unfortunately, but it's you did this solid thing of your shooting controls aren't terrible, your mountain riding and stuff like that, your classes, everything works for the most part, but it's you gotta go above that, because at that point you're sitting at what was it? A mediocre is 5 or 6 or something. It works, it functions.
There is too much free competition out there for you to just make a good enough game. It's got to be something a lot better than just good enough or competent in order for it to be successful nowadays, because there's just way too many fucking free options out there. Or even paid options that are just better games.
First and foremost, my kid, that's the audience they are looking for, not somebody like me. And they failed to sort of lure in my kid
to grab them, yeah. Because at that point, that is the question I would have is why would I don't even play Fortnite like that? But why would I go from here to Fortnite, or from Fortnite
back to here? Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or what's the new game everyone was talking about, the extraction shooter that everyone was going nuts over?
Marathon.
Not that one. The other one.
Concord.
Not Concord. No, the extraction shooter that came out recently, or whatever it came out.
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders. There we go. Why would people leave Arc Raiders for this?
Or any other game for that matter. Why would anyone leave even Apex Legend, the game that it sort of mimics after the old developers of it? Why would anyone leave Apex Legend?
You have the loot choice when you're hunting and gathering. But at that point, it's not even specifically Apex Legends. It's this, again, any other battle royale. I guess with Apex Legends, you do have classes, so that is a good point to put it in there. But it's it's... Yeah.
Well. All right, let's keep going. This is enough. We sort of beat this horse to death, no pun intended. All right. So since we are on you, Triple, tell us what you've been doing, what you've been playing, boss. Besides the obvious. And please do not go off on a tangent.
What did I do? What I've been playing? Okay, quick. I've been playing Zenless Zone Zero, just trying to grind out one of my characters. Free to play gacha games where you got to grind your heart out to get your characters upgraded. And I went back to playing. I restarted Hellblade 2, because I want to sit down and actually talk about it at some point. I had played it when it first came out, and I had dropped it because I was like, I lost interest that quick. But I went back to it, and there you go. Oh, and I finally beat Resident Evil 8. So. Yeah.
So you're doing your civic duty by playing Hellblade 2. Cool. All right.
Yes. After I was the guy that was hyping up like crazy, I dropped it a week on and off with it. So I'm a fraud, but I'm going back to it.
All right, Cerebro, big homie, how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss? And if you say hi, I swear to you, God.
It's going. Let's see. Okay. So I've been playing a lot of WoW. I've been playing some Star Citizen. That's it. I would go on, but we're 45 minutes into this show.
Well, to be honest with you, the fact that you've gotten out of that rut that you were in during Christmas, during the month of December, that's a good thing because you're playing Star Citizen is pretty well involved. And of course, WoW, we know WoW is WoW. So
yeah, well, it looks like me and Petey from what's it called, lordsofgaming.net, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Star Citizen because there's for a game that's been around for 10 years, because it's still not officially released, but it's been around. It's really hard to find good information about how to play it, what to do, what works, what doesn't, because they're still working on it. So
Star Citizen.
So
I don't think they're ever going to release this game. I think it's always
the game
perpetual
beta on the ship or something like that.
As much, no, dude, this game is beautiful. It really is. And hopefully they do release it. They're aiming for next year. So we'll see what happens. But they've done a great job with what they have. They just need to flesh it out some. And like I said, the information about how to actually play the game isn't out there.
There's no wiki?
Or the stuff you find is like 10 years old, and they've done a lot of changes over the last, few years.
There's no Wikipedia or any wiki document on it?
No.
Oh, wow.
So you gotta find YouTuber number 10 giving you a quick guide. It's like the issue people have in the Destiny community. It's like, onboarding experience is ass.
What was that website I used to use a long time ago? Oh, GameFAQs. Is that even live? GameFAQs?
I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to GameFAQs for the PDF of the actual game strategy and stuff like that. So, all right, cool. All right, my man, KY. I'm not going to check my mail anytime soon because there might be a bomb in it from you. But so, wait, how you been doing, big homie? And have you mailed any pipe bombs? So, what you been doing? What you been playing?
Wow.
He looks like an overweight Unabomber. I'm sorry.
He also doesn't look amused with your joke.
Oh my God. Honey, don't check the mail. Oh
no.
Go
ahead. And she yells back, I'm already touching him. How long are you going to be on your show?
Been a little under the weather this week. Came home Wednesday and told myself I felt like, a little like hell, like a little warmed over. And I decided I was going to take a little nap and slept all the way through the time that we were supposed to do our podcast Wednesday night.
Yeah, everyone was asking, are you on a show?
And I was sending out a message and I was like, dude, we could do this tomorrow. And then two of my three panelists said, no, we have to do this tomorrow. And I'm thinking to myself, it's just going to be me and Fabio. And I still don't feel really good. And I don't want to talk about the game you all just talked about for 45 minutes because I have no interest in it whatsoever. So we're just not going to do a show this week, guys. Take the week off, have fun. But when I have been able to drag my cold dead ass into the studio here, I have played Battle for Middle-earth 2. I got the old 360 out. That's the only 360 game I still have is Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. It doesn't even work on Windows 10.
Why would you go back to a game like that? I mean, Battle for Middle-earth 2 was okay. I mean, the games for Lord of the Rings that were good were the Shadow Mordor games with the Nemesis engine.
No, Battle for Middle-earth 2 is one of the... If you go on eBay right now to buy a working copy of that game, you're talking hundreds of dollars.
Really?
It's yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I mean, when the game came out, I remember it not being happy.
And you have to have a throwback system to play it too. You either have to have an old console with an old copy, or you have to be running a PC with nothing higher than Windows XP on it.
Well, pause. You mean to tell me that like the back compat on the series game consoles will not play the game?
No, because those licenses were never renewed. The original license that they got from Tolkien Enterprises was it.
Yeah, because Tolkien doesn't want to be attached to that bullshit. So.
No, Battle for Middle-earth 2 is still, the Battle for Middle-earth games are still considered by many people in many circles to be a couple of the best RTS games ever made. They put them right up there next to the Command and Conquer games, and they're classics. They're great games, but there was no back compatibility. There's nobody's paying for licenses or anything, so If you don't have
probably
the
because it never
original
gained much
stuff,
traction. I don't think the game had much traction even in the 360 days. So to sort of pay something for a niche game, I don't think they wanted to be bothered with that. So, but it's a tragedy, this is the problem that we talk about, right? Like these games sort of get lost in the fall through the cracks, and the next thing you know, you just can't play them anymore, so.
You can still open up the EA Play app on PC and go to their store page and buy every Command and Conquer ever made, even the ones that really, in my opinion, sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still get them and play them.
Well, I don't know.
It's not. It's that way with all the Lord of the Rings games. If it's not Lego Lord of the Rings, it's got no back compat support. You look at the back compat list for Xbox.
What about Shadow Mordor? That was a pretty good game. Shadow War, Shadow Mordor.
I'm not sure they're available on Series X. You may have to play them on Xbox One.
Let me check real quick. Because I know they're in my library.
That seems like a game that would be like something that they would definitely back compat, because even when they were released, they were really good games. And still to this day, me and Cerebral look at the Nemesis system with adoration, because
rose-colored glasses.
No, it was not rose-colored glasses.
It was a good system.
It was a damn good system that was underutilized.
So yeah, you can still play Shadow War and Shadow Mordor on Series X.
Right, yeah, because I install them on mine every once in a while when I want to go killing orcs for a while.
And remember there was those rumors about them making a Wonder Woman game with the Nemesis engine as well, and we were like, oh my god, that's going to be fucking phenomenal. Anything with their goddamn Nemesis engine, that they need to sort of like take that. How long does a patent last? 10 years, right? Isn't it 10 years before it goes public?
It
well,
depends.
if they don't renew it, they have the option to renew.
Has it been 10 years for the Nemesis system?
If it's a private license, like it would have been with Lord of the Rings games, it could be even less than that.
Yeah, because that system, whoever made that system, they sort of lay the hammer down. I mean, that should be the blueprint for enemy AI and stuff like that going forward. Think about Elden Ring with the Nemesis system. Think about like your ass dies to a tree sentinel, but I think that would be cool as fuck. Nemesis system, but yeah.
It just goes to copyright and stuff, and other people can't use it. Now we lost it forever. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so other than dragging out some old titles and some old consoles, a game that I was happy to be involved with the development of my feedback, the RTS game Calyx, the one I did a playtest on my channel of 2 weeks ago, it has officially entered early access. And so I have played a few hours of it since its release yesterday morning.
So what I went back and revisited, and I wanted something light. And when I say light, I mean something that to me, Skyrim and Oblivion is light, because it's a quest, but it's like more of an open world than it's a quest. You're not really it's not like God of War where you're basically being told what to do. So I went back and played I've been playing Cyberpunk, and I've just been going in and just doing some of the mini games here. That game is not what it used to be. That game is like a totally different game now. It's a damn good game. CD Projekt Red really, I don't think it got as much accolades. I mean, we always look at Witcher 3 with rose-colored glasses or rose-tinted glasses, but Cyberpunk, I don't think it received that. And I think it's sort of like, I know people like the game and it's a big game, but for some reason, I just feel that it was
because it launched poorly.
Yeah, because it launched poorly.
I wrote so much around it.
Yeah, I think it did. It's like a No Man's Sky situation. Like if you play No Man's Sky now, it's like fucking phenomenal. And same thing with Cyberpunk. It's like fucking phenomenal. It's just I really enjoying my time. So
brand new copies of Battle for Middle-earth 2 on eBay for Xbox 360. Brand new copies range from $95 to $170.
Yeah, shit.
For just that game.
Don't remind me about my back catalog. So
I wonder why isn't anyone buying my copy?
all right. Let's go to our first topic. Okay, I wanted Fabio. I think has gone for lunch or something, for dinner or whatever. He's gone to fuck his girlfriend or something. So he's doing something in black. So hopefully he's eating something that it remains moist, as Cerebral would say. So yeah. This week, this is my own personal topic. I know most of you guys probably are like, what the fuck? Why is he talking about this shit? But I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. They announced that they're bringing back the anime. They're redoing the whole Beerus arc and doing the better animations, which they should have done because it was like
the Gods arc.
Yeah, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F and all of those stuff. They're going back and redoing the animations because some of those animations, especially in the cartoons,
crackhead Goku.
Huh?
That's terrible. Goku looks so bad in some of the clips.
You know what I'm talking about, like the first episodes. Yeah, Super. We're like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? You got a third grader or like I could have drawn a better thing. I don't know what.
What sucks too is because they just reanimated the films, and the films, having film budget was way better. Then it's like, all right, toss it to the TV show, and it was like, that shit is copy pasta. Just took the movie and split it up and just turned it into episodes somehow. I don't know.
And it looks like a rush job and a hack job, right? So yeah, I mean, for how good Super the series was, and then they're going to do the Galactic Patrol. So if you were in the Dragon Ball Z manga or Dragon Ball Super manga, this is where the whole Moro arc and all that other stuff. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I've always been sort of had a thing for Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super.
We've heard you had this thing about balls. Yeah, we've heard that a lot.
Nobody cares for Dragon Ball.
Well, I like Dragon Ball, so I dropped off of it after I watched the films. I watched the Broly film, and when it came to the tournament of power, was it Jiren and everyone fighting together, I dropped off. I was like, yeah.
Actually, that arc was really good. In the last episodes, when he goes Super Saiyan Ultra, oh my god, the true Ultra form, it was fucking phenomenal.
You take Frieza. I mean, I get it. Frieza is like, was it I think he was the most popular villain of the series, but you take this man and now Goku and Frieza are fighting side by side to defeat Jiren. I was like, that's cool.
Well, if you read the anime, if you read the manga, he's gone to another form, which is like black.
He's black.
Yeah,
he's black.
He's black, but and he's like so above. He's so OP. It's not even funny. So yeah.
The whole thing with Frieza was the fact that he was like, I never trained in my life, and I was so skilled, so that's why I'm so good, because I actually trained. So and speaking of black, I still was at the clip when it was a Future Trunks, and I was like, hold your fire, don't shoot. This man isn't black.
Well, we know Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is racist. Okay, all you need to do is look at Mr. Popo, and you pretty much know everything you need to know about the Japanese culture from there. So
all these squares make us funny. Oh man, that was funny.
So, Mr. Popo, so I'm sorry. I don't know how they got away with that, and I still don't know how they actually legally can still get away with that. But oh well, que sera.
I mean, he's a Jin or something like that.
Mr. Popo, no, he's like the guy with the turban.
I know who he is. Yeah, I know who he is, but he's not human. So I guess in that way, you could argue he's not human, so he's not impersonating black people. But I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, come on. No,
I get it. They did have I know they had an actual black guy in Dragon Ball where they had the traditional anime style black design for the character. So, but yeah, he can surpass, I guess.
Lemon would be like, you're full of shit, So there you go. But anyhow, all right. So let's go. Anybody have anything to say about Super? So I'm looking forward to it, but that's why I wanted to bring it up. I thought maybe some people here. D487 says I've never watched it online. It's got older, and RPG88 says that he watched it in Toonami when it had a running slot in Toonami, and so he liked it from there on out. So
yeah, I remember having I don't know if I still have it, but the VHS. It was episodes of the Boo saga, and I think it was when Vegeta was fighting Super Boo and Kid Boo had blew up the Earth, and then my mom never got the rest of the VHSs, so I was stuck in limbo. Did they win? What happened? Find out next time on Never. I was like, damn it.
Well, you know, half the episodes are just watching people's reactions.
See, if I go back and watch it, because my brother, he had binged, I think he binged all of DBZ, Dragon Ball, and Z. And he was like, yeah, I gotta watch it like 1.25 the speed or 1.5 the speed, because I can't. Older anime like that, where it's like, bro, this episode could have been like 10 minutes.
But I will say this. There is no transformation better than the first Super Saiyan transformation. To this day,
man.
You had all that other stuff is cool, but the original Super Saiyan, it was flawless.
I don't know. Some people be like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was it?
They're like, oh my god, please stop this. We're nerds, but we're not that deep of a nerd.
See, now I wouldn't mind Lemons. Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, all right. All right. Speaking of nobody gives a fuck, let's go to our next topic. There's been a little bit of a fallout, no pun intended, regarding Bethesda. But you see how I did that there? So, okay, Cerebral, you probably know about this. You guys have y'all read about this? One of the guys who was like the lead author of Starfield and the lore writer of Oblivion and Skyrim was left Bethesda. And he had a lot of things to talk about. And of course, you're going to say, well, you know, he left or whatever. But he didn't say anything really negative per se. But his main point was that, like, with the development of Skyrim, there were like 100 people, but like everything was efficient at that time. Like they had an idea, they would talk over during lunch. They'll brainstorm something in the morning, they'll talk over during lunch, and then in the afternoon they go implement it. You know. But now, because the team size, especially with Starfield, was so big that it's like, you know, like you have to go through bureaucratic bullshit to get to everything. So it's like Todd Howard is doing it, but he's like spread already too thin. He's like leading the leads of like 16 different sub-leads and stuff like that. And that's what his main thing was.
Was it where, I don't know if it turned out to be a good thing, but I remember, I might be filling in the gaps here for myself, but who was making Perfect Dark, but somebody was saying, oh yeah, it's great to be small because we're like small and fast and efficient or something like that one. So we've heard phrasing before talk about how smaller teams can help with the process, but
well, I mean, I can understand his logic, right? Like if you are like having lunch with Todd and he is like, that's where the buck stops. So if you have an idea that you come up with during 11 o'clock and then you have lunch and you're eating with fucking Todd and you're like, hey, you know what? I was thinking, why don't we have this system in our game? And Todd green lights it, you can go in and do it. But now you have to literally do a chain of emails to get to fucking Todd, you know? So that was his main problem. Like the teams have gotten to the point where he's gotten really too big. So that begs the question. And we don't know. We don't know why he's talking like this. Maybe he, as Super always says, that, you know, when people are let go, they are kind of belligerent and they want to say their piece. And, you know, we have to look at it more critically as to why he's saying what he's saying. But what he's saying sort of does make sense. Like, for example, as good as Starfield was, there was a palpable disconnect for the people who used to play Skyrim and then went to Starfield. They're like, well, you know, these mechanics are all great individually, but they're not cohesive as to one game. Like the base building mechanics.
Sounds like that one game we were just talking about.
Yeah. So, so that's what they were saying. And you could see why. Like if the base builders were being developed by somebody else, the shipbuilding was being done by something else, the randomly generated planets were being done by somebody else, you could probably see why there was so much of a disconnect versus the ones that they had in Skyrim. And I mean, Super, you were saying the same thing, that there was too many freaking cutscenes and there was too many gaps in the game that just sort of took you away from the game. So what do y'all think of that? Go ahead.
I can, when it comes to, well, let me back up a little bit. I think with Starfield, and I will say I didn't beat the game, so, you know, take whatever I say with grace out. But when it came to the size of the game, I think that definitely did hinder it more so than just having so many different ideas, especially when it came to the exploration with over 1,000 worlds to explore. And as you said, not computer, but randomly generated, shrinking down the sizes of planets would have been useful as well. Now, whether that was tied to because we had so many people on board that we thought we could handle so many worlds, I don't know. But that definitely played to not enjoying it as much as I wanted to, because, you know, play Skyrim, you could go north of the map, you'll find something interesting. But Starfield, you got to travel to this star system and go to this specific location, and then travel to this part of the planet. I'm just like, that's doing too much world hopping just to find something.
Yeah, Starfield was hurt by its own design because nothing about the game is really terrible. Like it plays exactly for the most part like every Bethesda game I love. But the thing that I love most about Bethesda games, whether it's Fallout or Elder Scrolls, is that you pretty much get unleashed into the world, and then it's just pick a direction and you go, and you'll find new areas and new bases or new camps or whatever. And really the only time you got cutscenes when you were entering like an interior of like a base in a mountain or some shit. For the most part, it was just, moving around nonstop. And in Starfield, it was a lot of cutscene to get into your ship, cutscene to get out of your ship, cutscene to leave the city that you're in, cutscene to go to another
ship.
planet.
I hated that so goddamn much.
And you could probably see this is probably
hang on. Stop. Let me, because we've talked about this before. A lot of part of the reason they did that was because of the way it was.
One second, before you say your things, did you read that article or did you hear about that guy? I don't know the guy's name. I apologize. The guy who was let go or who retired from Bethesda and was saying he was a lead writer.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. I've heard everything you said.
No, I know not you read it, but did you go like this week? Did you see?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
But as far as Starfield goes, part of the reason they did is because one, the part of it is they wanted to make the universe as big as it is. They wanted to make it feel like a real place. And so they want, and now did they make it too big? Did they, and all that could be argued because
yeah, and see that's an argument to be had. Like, did they?
It's not just the size of the world. Like, I don't care if the world was really big. Great, I
you were able to have like
I'm talking about on a singular planet. It's
well, I understand that, but see, but again, they were going for it, and they've said this. They were going for the reality of it.
No, I get that. I think the problem, just real quick, I was gonna say you can explain your reasoning behind it, but it doesn't make it good. Is what I get.
No, I'm not saying it did, but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, whether it was 1,000 planets or one planet, it was just the cutscene to land the ship, cutscene to leave the ship, cutscene to enter the city, cutscene to enter a building inside of the city. It was
that's because they weren't cutscenes so much as load screens.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I'm sorry, yeah, but it was far more load screens than you would typically get in a Fallout or Elder Scrolls.
But the idea with that was that way they could. Because like he said in an interview, everything you were in was touchable, movable. You could interact with everything.
All the sandwiches in my ship. Yeah.
Right. Basically,
all the potatoes.
All the potatoes, all that shit. Yeah.
And I'm not going to even say that Bethesda games are master writers. You don't play games like Fallout 3 or the Elder Scrolls Oblivion for the story per se. Who gives a fuck if you're a blade or not?
Oblivion
I don't care if I'm a goddamn Dovahkiin or not. It's the sandboxing that you like.
It's not the main story. Or go ahead, KY. Yeah.
I was about to say, tell me you're not a real connoisseur of Bethesda stories without telling me you're not a real because you just named
Bethesda story about as shallow as my fucking kiddie pool.
No. So
what the hell are you talking about? Bethesda story? Come on, you're a Dovahkiin. Oh, you go. You can speak and talk to dark dragons. Great. Oh, you're a blade. You're great.
Focusing on the main story. Not the surrounding world and the characters. Like it's the main story, but on top of the side missions and things that you could do throughout the world.
It's the side missions that makes the game to me. I love the game. I just don't think the main quest is that compelling to keep me on the game. That's what I'm saying.
It's not just the side missions. It's just the overall sense of immersion, which was something that I lost with Starfield. I lost that sense of immersion because of all the loading screens.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
And it felt like you're being compartmentalized. Okay, now we're going to do base building. Now we're going to do ship building. Now we're going to go play in space. Now we're going to walk the planet. Now we're going to enter the city inside planet. So it's like,
I understand that they wanted to make it as much like being in real space as possible. But I think that for me, and other people may be like, oh, it's amazing. For me, I think it hurt my liking of the game because it was just so big. And then on a lot of the planets, for the most part, There wasn't a whole lot to do there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the bases were copy paste of the bases that were on another planet I've been on the
No,
other side of the
I'll
fucking
admit that. I'll
universe.
admit that. Yeah, that was an issue with if there was
Yeah,
something in one room on one, but I also want to
Yeah.
speak
Oh,
to.
by the way, Nelson says, close the gate. I'm sorry, Shreebob, I'm going to go. I'm going to say what Nelson says, and I'll let you go. Close the gate, kill the dragon. The main stories are shit. So that's for you, KY. All right, go ahead, Shreebob.
Whoa, you're oversimplifying it. Okay.
Stop. Okay.
Like, come
Okay,
on.
but hang on.
Peace.
But hang on. Let me speak to your initial whole thing that started all this. One of the things that changed after, because before Bethesda became part of Microsoft, and it was basically Todd was the top man, and almost to a detriment, because I know somebody who worked under him when they released ESO, and they didn't run test servers. They just threw it all out there and saw what worked and what didn't.
But they were in a different financial situation with ESO.
Well, it wasn't even a matter of that. It was just that's the way Todd likes to do things.
Yeah, that's
because
Todd how he likes it. Yeah.
Because Todd had the final say, and you weren't going to push back against Todd,
right?
But then Todd goes to Microsoft, and he becomes the boss over much more. So he
becomes God Howard. He ascends.
So he can't micromanage as much as he used to. Which is a good and a bad thing if you ask me. But I
mean, I think Todd, to his core, is a game developer. Like Kojima is to his core is a game developer. And when you take somebody who's a core game developer and you make him managerial, either they sort of gravitate towards that position or they sort of shy away from it. I mean, Neil Druckmann was sort of seeing the writing on the wall, with the whole HBO and then, of course, the game that they're making, whatever, Intergalactic. And he's came out and said, look, I can't do both. I got to do one. So Todd is still doing that. And I don't know if this just strikes Todd's ego or not. I don't know. I've never met the guy, but
I just think this idea of thousands of worlds within one game, I don't really think is achievable at large scale. I mean, we saw this first with No Man's Sky, where 14 quintillion planets. Cool. There ain't shit to do on any of them.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to
but it was like when we heard it, we're like, oh, quintillion planets, and then you play it, and you're like, there's nothing. I mean, obviously now it's a much different game, right?
DLC, right. Stuff like that. But
I think, so is Starfield because they've added like the space buggies and
the
stuff.
DLC.
We're getting around on the planet.
But the other thing is because of Starfield's persistent system. That's the other thing where, like, to have thousands of planets and have it track where you left all your shit on every planet you touched in every room, like all that stuff. It's, I don't know. I just think it was the idea. If you say it out loud, it's like, oh, that sounds cool. But I think in execution, it's just really, really hard to deliver something that big.
What I hated the most, and again, maybe I need to put more time into it, is that there were like some planets where I would find like, oh, this person was stranded and I found them in the cave and they need my help. I'm like, oh, I help them. I'm like, all right, thanks, stranger. The end. I was like, that's it. Like, I feel like if this was Fallout or Skyrim, like this would have expanded to like a larger quest instead. Just help a random stranger, then just go about your day.
And the scanner feature kind of took away some of the sense of exploration because you would just sit in one spot and scan, be like, all right, there's a cave there, okay, there's a base there. That, like, you didn't have to really go and look for anything. You just was scanning. You could find things at a pretty good distance away.
Well, you still had to, though, if you wanted to get all the stuff for all the fauna and the flora, you had to wander around, and that's where the space buggy came in handy.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, because walking around was a pain in the ass, man.
Well, so after y'all read what, I mean, I don't know if anyone else read what the whole interview with the guy, but what does that give you? Like, here's the thing. How much is Microsoft, like when they made Skyrim, Microsoft wasn't like standing over their shoulders. And Microsoft can say, oh yeah, we're hands off. But come on,
they didn't. When they did Skyrim, Microsoft wasn't in the picture.
Yep, I know that, and I know that. That's what I'm saying. So, how much is it because now they are answerable to Big Daddy Microsoft? And so,
I don't think any at all. I think Bethesda was always kind of kept hands off because they were doing fine on their own. They weren't feeling the need to manage Microsoft. They were letting Todd do his thing.
Yeah, and Starfield was in development a long time before.
Yeah, long time
by,
before.
So it's not like they suddenly just changed their tune or anything like that. Not to mention, just like I know we're specifically talking about Bethesda, but you could just look at how ZeniMax Studios were operating as a whole, and whether or not Microsoft acquiring them had any issue on how the game eventually turned out. Because a lot of games were already in process, and some of them, even after a while, launched in not so great states.
Yeah, I mean we don't know. But here I'll say this. In the interview, this was interesting to find out that their plan was after Fallout 4 to release the Elder Scrolls 6. They had but then 76 came into play, and then after that Skyrim came in. Not Skyrim, but Starfield came into play, and that's why.
Rewind. Yeah. After which Skyrim release? Because we had several.
After Skyrim, there was like the Fallout. I think after their Fallout 4, they were going back to the Elder Scrolls, according to this guy who was in the development house. So their idea was they were going to release Fallout, and then after that, they were going to start working on Elder Scrolls 6. And then the whole Microsoft buyout came in, and that's when like 76 was sort of being thrown in, and then also
wasn't 76 before.
Well, 76 was before. 76 was before because they had to find they had to make the numbers look pretty.
Yeah, because again, and someone else correct me on the timeline, but that's their push to. We had 76. I don't know when ESO released, but you had ESO, then you're branching out to
it was
Redfall.
The Fallout equivalent of ESO,
yeah. Then you had Redfall. So at some point, ZeniMax as a studio was trying to push more towards multiplayer experiences.
And no, they also wanted to make their finances look better because if you have a persistent revenue
they were
stream,
making so much money with ESO, so like it would only make sense to do the same thing with Fallout.
Yeah, I mean. And then they brought Starfield. That is the reason Elder Scrolls 6 was sort of pushed off. And they were going to make Elder Scrolls 6, the story was going to be like an Empire Strikes Back type situation. It was going to have a very dark ending. So that seemed pretty cool.
But let me remind you of something though. This guy, he may have worked for them, but he probably wasn't sitting in the boardroom when they were just, because it's like we get the stuff all the time when, well, you remember back, 5 years ago, so-and-so said this, and now they're doing this instead. That's because shit changes,
Yeah, it's like, what did you do there again? I changed the printer cartridges. And
I mean, Super, you always say this. When somebody gets laid off, we have to listen to their critique with a grain of salt because they are belligerent, right? And whether they didn't get... And he didn't get laid off. He just quit. He's just like...
Well, see, and I'm not even saying anything he said in the interview was really bad. It wasn't really, he wasn't throwing anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
He was just bitching and complaining because they weren't doing what he thought they should be doing, It
was high on member berries.
Well, let me ask y'all a question. So around Skyrim's time, Bethesda was, I think, around 100 to 200 people in development. Now, of course, you're talking about thousands of people and everything. When does a development team get too big?
I'm not a developer, so I can't answer that question. I guess the only way you can really answer that question is when you feel like the size of the team. I was going to say when the size of the team, as you said early on, starts to impede on actually getting things approved or not, and actually allowing for just the process to be smooth as possible. Because if you do have to...
It's also a question that's hard to answer because just because there's a lot of people at one developer... Like, what if that team or those developers are being split into multiple teams working on multiple projects?
Right, like what we always talk about, because there's always the pre-development side, the script writing, the production design, all that takes place, and then once that's done, they start actually making the stuff. Then those guys move on to something else, and they move forward. So
Optimus.
That's ultimately what it comes down to. Yeah, it's like size hinders just creating the game or not.
Well, now if a developer has like 15,000 employees and it's still taking 8-9 years between releases of a game, maybe at that point. But
GTA.
I knew he was gonna. With a minute Super said that, I was like, he's going to say it. I knew it. I was waiting for somebody. I knew you were going to say that. The big difference
there, though, is they're milking the shit out of that.
They're letting it run this. Yeah, that's exactly that. Like we could hurry up and make a new GTA, but that money's real good right now.
Yeah, because
we're going to find out years from now. We're going to find out years from now. We're going to find out years from now. It was ready 4 years ago. It's like fuckers.
We saw the leaks. Yeah. We saw how good and far into development it was. It was ready.
All right. So since we are on the whole Xbox thing, Let's go. I know you guys don't like talking about this, but it's something we need to talk about, and we can spend as much time or as little time on this. And I know Cerebral is going to cringe when I say it. Yeah, Xbox.
Honey Lover number 10 said Xbox is going down and it's the end of the world.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, of course, Microsoft Publishing is going to be fine, whether they call it Xbox or Microsoft Publishing. But yeah, surprisingly, game revenue was down. Overall, Microsoft is up. Okay, the stockholders are happy. They're just not happy with this part of it. So yeah, let me just put it out there. Gaming revenue down 9% overall. Xbox content and services down 5%, and hardware revenue down 32%. Well, we're not going to talk about hardware revenues because Xbox is pretty much sort of like
even if they weren't, that's to be expected at this time in the console cycle. You know, it's like.
Well, I mean,
the only thing
PlayStation is famously emailing people with PlayStation 4 saying, "Hey, don't you think you want that PS5?"
Well,
so
I
guess
they're emailing it. They're putting it on their home screen. They're telling, "Look, you really want to get a PS5 because this shit ain't gonna work next year." You know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the question here is, and someone else who's more in the know or just more educated on the process or the situation as a whole is like, with Call of Duty in the mix, how much of we missed our revenue, and is it possibly due because Call of Duty sales or something like that dropped, even though it's still on all other platforms? So, and I know you can't just look at one game and expect it to carry the whole brand, but I'm just curious on how that shapes up.
Microsoft is perfect. Stop it, Wize.
My question, I would like to see a breakdown of those numbers, because if they're saying game revenue is down, yet they've been like putting all these games on all these other platforms and stuff.
And
is it gross revenue? Is it net revenue? What are we talking about?
No. The main reason for the 9% down, that's net revenue down, by the way.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because of COD. COD did not hit this year as they were supposed to hit. So they were expecting a certain bump, and they did not get that bump from COD. And that was pretty much explained.
Black Ops 7 came out.
But they're saying it's down year over year, not down over their expectations, which we know it's down over their expectations, but I think everybody's down over expectations right now, pretty much.
You know, here's the thing though, right? Like, for some reason, it seems Xbox seems to, again, have a problem with like connecting here. Like, you know, you look at the other side of the coin. Let's put it this way. You look on the other side of the camp, whether you look at the team PlayStation or team Nintendo, they seem to be doing fine. They're up on their revenues. What gives? And then this is their banner year. One of their banner years.
Because PlayStation isn't spending any money. That's why, you know.
Well, I mean, content is
their game output is almost nil.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah,
but
honestly, if we can make the counter argument though that maybe they're not spending the same amount, maybe their game output isn't as high, but they're selling a hell of a lot more games overall, and they're selling more hardware overall. So, what is Xbox or the gaming division at Microsoft doing wrong where they're not able to
who's selling more games overall?
No. PC game sales are up. If you look at Steam sales, you look at PlayStation sales, game sales are up. Nintendo game sales are up. Xbox, unfortunately, is the only company right now saying that their game revenue has gone down. And then they're really the only the major three releasing anything this year. Except, like PlayStation, as you say, has not released anything to speak of for the past, I would say, year, except for the Yotai. And Microsoft has been hitting it out of the base. Like, they've been releasing, it's been good content. And they got the value proposition with Game Pass. They got the physical proposition with games. Like, if you want to buy it on PlayStation, whatever, right? Or Steam, you can play it anywhere. They got all these initiatives. 9% is still 9%. 9% down. I can understand if you show no growth or even a 1% growth. That's still not good. But you shouldn't, like, your game revenue. Forget consoles. We're not even talking about consoles. We're talking about just the money you're making in games, and you're showing a decrease. And see, that's what bothers me, because I'm not worried about Microsoft.
Doesn't that also cross into how much it cost them to produce the games, though?
But you see, the fear here is this. Microsoft is an asshole. Okay. And you know this. Microsoft is a straight asshole. They are on this bent right now that either the company makes us money or we shutter the company.
I get that, but my question was kind of a yes or no question.
He's gonna answer the question, bitch. No.
Yeah.
Okay, one more time. Go ahead.
I'm sure all those things are part of the equation, obviously.
Because yeah, in order for revenues to go up, they got to get costs down.
Mm-hmm.
Now that doesn't necessarily have to be by closing studios.
But they laid off close to what? How many people have they laid off in the past year?
But everyone's laid off people though, man.
Yeah, I mean, but Microsoft has been you're saying the cost. The cost is payroll, right?
And that's not just gaming though. Don't do what they do every time they lay off people and. Xbox has laid off 5,000.
No. What I'm saying is that if you're talking about the cost of games, the major cost of game is payroll, and they sort of address that apparently, right?
Or they tried to, but
one of the two.
If I may say something, I'm sorry, Fabio, you're trying to say something. I'm sorry.
No, it's just because, like, first of all, Microsoft ends up laying off more people because. Both Microsoft is bigger than Sony and Xbox is bigger than PlayStation. This is a fact because
they have way more studios and way more employees.
Of course, that if there is a round of layoffs, Xbox is going to have more. Like that's just straight up business as usual. But the thing that I'm mostly like curious is that. For some fucking reason, everyone that is like every single person that is supposed to just be a gamer, that is just supposed to care about playing the goddamn video game, cares about market shares when they show up out of nowhere. Do you have any market shares? Are you an investor there? If you are an investor, that's something that to me you need to get worried about.
Well, Wize is.
I technically am, but that's a different story.
If you are just a consumer and you are just okay, I'm just here to play the video game, to play the console, to play the games, why should you care?
Why I care? Okay, I'll give you an example why I care. Okay, I don't trust Microsoft as a corporation. Straight up. Okay, I do not have any.
No, that's not.
No. Listen, and my point being is this. No, pause. Let me say this. If Fable does not meet their expectations, they are not going to greenlight another Fable, irrespective of how good that game is.
But that's how the game industry works.
I know that. And that the problem is they will shutter that and they will not think twice about it.
Shutter Fable? Or,
well, they'll shutter, I'll guarantee you if it doesn't hit, Playground's going to be hit with layoffs. I'll promise you that much.
The studio's not going to be shut down because they are the ones that make Microsoft's
I mean, like if they
important franchise throughout multiple
but
platforms.
a lot of the people in the Fable team were created from scratch for Fable. Yeah, so they're not the same people working on the racing games.
Layoffs are going to happen. I'm talking about shutting down the studio.
I'm not saying they're going to shut down the studio. No. They're going to have Forza. Forza is there, because it's selling well on all platforms.
I mean.
Well, the only reason
right now through this multi-plat strategy that Microsoft has been doing, Forza Horizon is literally what Halo was on the original Xbox. It's their most important franchise because it's the one that sells the most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like that's I get what you're saying, Wize, when you say if Fable doesn't sell well, there will be layoffs, but it's kind of like. Well, yeah, if it was not being continuous, someone else.
When I say sell well, it's not sell well in our metric.
Or whatever metric
they have. Sell well in their metric. And the problem with their fucking metric.
Hold on. If Intergalactic doesn't sell well, Naughty Dog's going to get hit with layoffs. So what are we talking about?
No, but what I'm saying is their expectations might be different than PlayStation's expectations.
Even if it does sell well, like think about Insomniac. They still got layoffs even though they sold well.
Yeah, a lot of studios have gotten layoffs even when people look at the industry as a whole, and I know you have to look at specific areas, but people say the industry as a whole is like growing.
See, you don't understand the underlying here. The difference between PlayStation and Xbox is this: Xbox is not really Xbox. Xbox answers to a higher calling, which is Microsoft. And the problem with Microsoft, and you guys I don't know if you guys know this or not. they don't care whether the game sells well or not. In Microsoft's perspective,
technically, PlayStation answers to Sony. The only thing is that
Sony is
the top earner for Sony.
Sony does not have a huge AI initiative like Microsoft does. Microsoft wants to liquid the entire division. I
understand that, but to say that PlayStation doesn't answer anyone like Xbox does, it's like, no, they do. They answer to Sony.
Okay, but their appetite for risk is different, and their appetite for what they constitute as success is different than Microsoft's appetite for success.
Okay, well then say that. Just don't.
Yeah,
say
and see, that's the problem that I have. The problem that I have is that I believe that they know, they've already said this to us. They're saying if the developer does not produce, they're going to do layoffs or they're going to shutter it, and they're going to take that same investment and put it in AI, where they know they're going to get an ROI. And that's the problem that I have.
Yeah. My fear is that we already know that Satya doesn't have any type of emotional connection to the gaming division.
Right.
And so now at this point, if now shareholders are saying, okay, well, we would have made more money if the gaming division wasn't holding shit back.
No, the logic. No. I'll tell you the argument. No. The argument is this: the rest of the divisions are up close to 20%, and they're like,
right. I understand that.
And then they're like, okay, well, if it wasn't for a 9% loss here, overall we would be up 30%.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And the investors don't care. They're not us. They don't care about the gaming division.
Well, to be honest with you, from that perspective, I don't care. And they're right. They're right. Why would I want to lose close to 30% of my wealth or my investment when I can shutter this thing and know I can get a guaranteed year?
I think it's also too soon to really. We'll have to see now that they've really kind of heavily leaned into this full third party type thing, because I think the day of the Xbox exclusive is done now. We have Forza Horizon, which is going to be timed because of reasons. And I think everything else is day and date. So now, after another quarter or two of releasing day and date across all platforms, what does the landscape look like?
No, I mean, like Craig Duncan, the head of Xbox Game Studios, he already confirmed their intent is to release more and more titles day and date. So you are totally right. Like the Forza thing, the Forza being like released first on Xbox and PC and later on PlayStation, that has nothing to do with we are trying to bring some sort of
why is that? So Fable, as far as we know, is day and date.
It is probably just a technical issue for the PlayStation version. There's no other reason for it, because all the talk that Phil Spencer once said about this is not going to be a change on our fundamental exclusive.
Come on, we knew that shit when the writing was on the wall.
Come on now, this is business serious. No, we're only testing water, guys. Like, come on now.
We're testing the water, and then the next time we see him, there's no fucking red line.
That's not a situation where he's trying to follow that, because that wasn't true whatsoever. So I can only guess that it is just like, okay, it is a technical issue. We are having a bit more trouble than we expected to implement all the things we want to implement to the PlayStation version. So we are going to have to release a bit later. Honestly,
all I can say from a game division. Go ahead.
I was going to say also by spreading out the release even by a little bit, it lets them iron out any shit they run into on the initial release before. That way they're not spread so thin if they dump it on everything.
Right. And also, like, for example, on their platform, they really don't have any competition when it comes. They're competing with Forza Horizon 5, basically. And on the PlayStation, I know you're going to say they're different games, but games are games. Like if they come out in a shoddy state, people are like, okay, well, what the fuck, So they got to make sure that, because they need to capitalize on both the PlayStation platform and the Steam platform. So they got to make sure that those games sell, because that's where they're going to be making their revenue. Because on the Xbox platform, half the people will be on
go ahead. Going to sell. The Forza Horizon games are incredible games. They play well. The worlds are great. These aren't like, is going to hit or not going to hit. This game's going to hit. It doesn't matter.
Right. And to be honest with you, like, as much as we want to be
for Forza Horizon is the need for speed and all these other type of
right.
race we've wanted for fucking years that we've never fucking got. Forza Horizon's just taking it over.
And to be honest with you, like, and what is the one place we've wanted Forza Horizon to be at? The one place.
And I don't honestly don't care where geographically it is, but being in Japan is cool.
Yeah, Japan, because that's where the street racing cultures are originated, right?
So
now
Mexico
all those
was more important than
Itachi
Japan because
cars or
people in
Itachi
Mexico
whatever
actually
called.
buy Xbox things.
Well, yeah, that's true. Japan, they got better traction with the series.
Mexico was way more important than Japan. Like, you get loudmouth weebs who are like, "I love Japan." Masturbating to Japan.
I just I mean, Koza has a really good argument there. Xbox prefers way more Mexico than Japan. For what I know, Xbox has never shut down a Mexican studio. But a Japanese.
How many Mexican studios are there, by the way?
Mexico has been a big market. That's the thing. Mexico.
Well, actually, South America in general is a big market that people don't really talk about in general. Like Mexico and South America, like for example, Brazil, where Fabio is at, and Chile, where my cousin and my nephew and niece are at. You know, they're really big markets. You know?
They've been making great inroads with India with cloud gaming.
Not that Chile. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and just to remember they even starting a few years ago, Phil really started to make a big push into Japan, into Asia.
Yeah, I mean, they've got more traction with this series of consoles.
Leave them to their pervy weeb games.
I'm just, okay. My 2 cents on this is, I'm a proponent against exclusivity, especially in the year 2025, 2026, whatnot.
Yeah, I just noticed something, KY. You look closer to my avatar than I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Exclusivity does not sell. Exclusivity sold consoles in 2013. It doesn't sell consoles anymore.
That's bullshit. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, hang on.
Exclusivity does not sell consoles.
Not to the numbers that it used to. It's not as important.
No, I'm not saying it's as important as it used to be, but it's still a sizable component. Like, why in the fuck would I buy a Switch 2 if it wasn't for Donkey Kong?
It's not even sizable, really, dude. I mean,
why does anyone buy the Switch 2 then? If it wasn't for exclusive?
Because they sucked on the tit of Nintendo, and they'll buy.
Also, Switch how many people don't release on PC, so they are literally actual exclusives. When it comes to PlayStation, Xbox, they're releasing games on PC. Now, PlayStation isn't putting most of their games on the Xbox side, but they are putting them almost all on PC. Xbox is putting them everywhere. So. Nintendo is a unique situation where if you want to play any Nintendo games, you can't play them on PC. You have to have a Switch 2.
Right.
Yeah, I think it also just goes back to just to add, it's like what Phil Spencer said before, where they've already lost a generation where it mattered the most. Like, people are just set in their platform of choice, and it's just because they're comfortable with it. Sure, you'll still have people who, if they're on the fence of deciding to get Xbox or PlayStation, they look at the exclusive. Most of them like, I don't move from PS4 because all my games are on PS4.
And as we've said before, most of the time they're going to end up going where their friends are.
No, this is true. Yeah, most people, especially your online players, they do only want to be where their friends are at. So obviously,
I honestly don't care about that, but I prefer the PlayStation ecosystem and the hub and the trophies and all that shit and the DualSense. So like, I'm gonna buy all these Xbox games on my PlayStation. Most of them are all day and date. The only one I'm gonna have to wait for is Forza, which I'll wait 6 months and then play it on my PS5.
Well, I buy every console, but the thing is this: my go-to console is whichever console for that generation has the best controller. Because if I'm going to be holding something for 3 hours, I want it to be really nice on my hand. So
you want to be nice and
fun. Yeah, it's entirely subjective,
right? And it is entirely subjective.
It wants to be nice, it's just so you can play with those.
I personally believe the DualSense is peak controller design. Some people disagree with that. Some people think that one is. I have that controller, but I still prefer my DualSense. The DualSense is just a few millimeters bigger.
You're botting bad.
Me?
He sounds cool on mine.
He sounds fine on me.
Yeah, he's not
sounds fine to me.
It's a you thing.
Oh, hold on. It's my porn downloading in the background. Let me pause it.
Put it on the back screen. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see a fucking Earth. We don't know. We all know the Earth is flat anyway. So go ahead. You know.
My problem with the DualSense is if you want to use all the goodies on the DualSense, you better expect like a 3-hour battery life.
Yeah,
battery life is the most important thing to me, and I didn't realize that until I realized I have 2 controllers that I can just randomly plug in and just be like, "Let's go." They're good for the next 40 hours.
Well,
the only thing
I have a little charging dock, and I just swap out the
I
controllers.
don't care about. No, I shouldn't have to buy an extra controller just because your controller dies so fast.
You
I
have 2 controllers right now that last 40 hours. So what are you saying?
No, but that's not true on the Sony side. Those don't last 40 hours.
No, the Sony.
No,
I'll tell you the problem with the Sony controllers. I'll tell you the fucking problem with this. It's that battery that they got inside that goddamn controller. That fucking battery is from fucking Temu because it doesn't hold a charge and it power cycles really fast. Like you can go from 100% full charge to only the max 85% full charge within a couple of months. And that's bullshit. That is bullshit. No other battery decays that quickly than the PlayStation DualSense.
That's old technology. They haven't upgraded their battery technology at all.
I mean, whatever it is, that battery is the source of their problems. If they would go to a GAN, I know that would make the controller more expensive. Or if they go to with the new silicon batteries, this will be a non-issue. The biggest problem is the controller does not hold a charge after a certain number of cycles.
It's not just that. If they're still using old NiCads, what happens is, let's say that you use your controller and then every night you use your controller for 2 hours and you put it on the charging block. Every night you do that. After a while, the battery thinks, well, you only need 2 hours to charge. So that's all you're going to get. So.
And see, that's the problem. That's
batteries are notorious for memory.
But you see, that's the thing. Like when people were pushing back against, like, oh, the Xbox controllers still take 2 AA's. I personally prefer that shit. Because if I'm in a gaming session, the goddamn battery dies. At least I can switch it out if I need to, really fast.
My situation is different just because all my other Xbox controllers that I had kept having stick drift to them, so I just got to wire it when I haven't. I bought a whole set of batteries and then my controller fucked up again. I was like,
get yourself one of these.
Yeah, that's a good controller. For Xbox, that is the gold standard. Because
this is the best controller.
I'll even tell you this much. That power cycling bullshit is not only whoever PlayStation bought their batteries from, Microsoft first bought their batteries from them because the fucking Elite Series 2 has the same fucking problem. After a number of cycles, this shit doesn't hold a charge.
The Elite Series 2 holds a fucking charge.
What are you talking about? My Elite Series 2 will max out to 90%. And I've not used my Series 2 as much as I wanted to.
I don't know why you have a problem because I've never had a problem.
I've had, how I buy controllers. I mean, I'm a controller connoisseur here, and these fucking I got some that will charge up to 95 to 98%.
The other side of that is when you don't use them over a long period of time, do you leave them plugged in and charging? Don't do that.
See, that is my problem. But that does not mean it should die to a point to below 90%.
Yeah, it does because that's
below 90% on a full charge at all times.
90% is bad.
Yep.
80.
That means you guys are telling me to unplug all these fucking controllers. Shit, man, that ain't
no.
If you're not using them, don't let them sit in trickle charge for months at a time.
If you plug your battery up and you charge it, it's okay to go to 100% if you plan on unplugging that and using it and running the battery down to where, say, 30 or 20. But if you don't plan on using it that long, 80% stops battery degradation.
Yeah, I mean, I only have my phone.
That's why my Apple Watch will only charge all the way up to 100 sometimes. Half the time, it's like only going to charge to 75 to help extend the battery life.
Yeah, like if you put it on a stand, it will only go up to 75. You have to go in and manually tell them, no, I want 100%
you got to tap it.
I have that setting on my phone to not allow it to charge to 100, and my laptop stops charging at 80. As well, so yeah.
All right, since we're already on the PlayStation topic, let's talk about a rumor that just came out today. 2 rumors with the PlayStation camp. Number one, apparently the console, which was initially slated for 2027, they're thinking about pushing it to 2028 or 2029 even. And also, they may be also releasing an OLED version of the Portal. So yeah, what do y'all think about that? I mean, the OLED. I think the Portal is a really good device, but like an OLED version.
The Portal is the future, and here's why: is also because they got to think about it. The problem with PlayStation is you see their sales. Their sales are good, right? They're on par with PlayStation 4, right? But with the implosion of Xbox, you'd think that they'd be doing more, and they aren't, and that is a big problem.
And see, that's the thing. Like that's what I keep bringing up. Like just because Xbox died did not mean that everyone moved to PlayStation. In fact, I think more people moved from Xbox to PC than they did PlayStation. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because Microsoft it's more of a lateral movement, right? If you're on Xbox, going to PC would be almost like in the same.
It's easy
because going to
free
PC
cloud
means
saves.
And going to PC means they get to keep most of their library. So.
Right.
Yeah. So I will the caveat here is we're talking about the with the extension of the PS5 life cycle, it comes down to the RAM that's being used, okay? Because the PS5 RAM, listen, the PS5 RAM they can get. The RAM that the PS6 and the Xbox Magnus, what they're going to be using, you can't get right now because of the AI crunch, and you're not going to be able to get for a while. It's so bad that Paul may be the only one that can follow me here on this, but the AM4 platform for AMD, okay, they went all the way up to I think the 5950X was the fastest processor they made on the AM4 platform. Then when they went to the AM5 platform, they started making their processors, their X3D. They've got the 3D V cache on the processors. AMD is seriously thinking, and there's been big talks about them going back and remaking AM4 processors with 3D V cache because of people aren't buying AM5 because nobody can afford the freaking DDR5 to put on the motherboard. So AMD is going to go back to the AM4 platform and continue making it for that one, a platform that was dead 4 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
Can I ask you guys a question who is more educated than I am in this?
That's something that people that exist in the high-end sphere talk about, in hardware. Like bullshit. It was never dead.
I use an AM4 platform. And I have the fastest processor you can put on AM4 platform.
Understandable. It was never dead. That's something that people that
I know. No.
Gaming talk about.
No, I'm telling you, and my processor's not even made for gaming. But what I'm saying is, my processor came out in 2021. That's what I'm saying. New products aren't coming out for this platform anymore. And when people build new PCs these days, they want new shit. They don't want a processor that came out 5 years ago.
Those are people that are either high-end or people new to PC gaming. Those aren't people that are like average Joe PC gamer.
This is true because if I would, but Cozy, if I was,
it doesn't matter. The whole point is that the RAM is too cost prohibitive for anyone to be releasing new consoles anytime soon.
I did see an article, and I don't know if it was true that Xbox may have made a deal with the memory distributor.
They did.
I read that on Twitter. I read that on Twitter as well. Is that 100% confirmed?
Yes, it's true. I looked it up.
Well, I mean,
there's a big memory deal with SK Hynix.
Well, I mean, look at their slate this year. They got Fable. They got Halo. They got Gears. They got InXile's new game, Clockwork Revolution. I want to always say Clockwork Orange, like the movie.
It was. No, that's a totally different movie. That's a totally different beast. Yeah.
How it is. You don't have that problem when you say Clockwork Revolution really fast. You want to say Clockwork Orange?
No. If there's a weird looking little penis in Clockwork Revolution.
I knew your ass would know. I was kind of scared to say shit about that because I think these people here are too juvenile to know what the fuck a Clockwork Orange is.
I've seen the movie, dude. What are we talking about?
Well, I know your ass knows. Your ass is old as fuck like me too. But Triple just got weaned off of his tits. What, about a year or so ago? Right.
Clockwork Orange is not that special.
Cozy, you stopped sucking a bottle just a year and a half ago too, right?
I've probably seen way more movies than you. Don't even.
I've seen way more movies than you. Don't even.
Yeah, that's because you've
been on the planet longer. You've been on the spinning rock longer.
Yeah, you know, of course. Yeah, you're like Methuselah age. Of course you've seen more movies than me. You have that level of time baked in.
So
hey,
he doesn't have to study history. He wrote it.
I was the script supervisor for the Ten Commandments. Jesus,
I don't know if you can keep that in there.
No. In the Garden of Eden, he's like, he did it. She did it. I saw that. They did it.
We gotta be future conscious on this one. 10 years from now, or 100,000 years from now, whatever the timeline is, you're gonna get blamed for being too woke or something. I don't know.
Okay, Cerebral, we just want to know, which side of the Red Sea were you on? Were you on the side with Moses, or were you with the Pharaoh?
I was already across. I was like,
well, at your time, he
held hands with Moses, and they skipped across.
yeah.
Moses was like, let my people go, except for this one. You can keep this one.
He was in the boat on top of the water, just looking over the side, like, what the hell y'all doing now?
Oh, shit.
So, Paul, which plague of Egypt were you?
I was locust.
Yeah, I was gonna say locust.
Big into wheat. Yeah.
So which city was better, Cerebral? Sodom or Gomorrah?
Gamera with 2 M's, because, you know. Yeah.
Oh, what happens in Gomorrah stays in Gomorrah.
Yeah. Till Godzilla showed up, yes. Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
So you also need to remember that Sony has stockpiled memory. And with console, with this late in the life cycle of this generation, console sales have slowed. So their stockpiles could probably take them.
But let me ask you a question.
Could probably take
Would
them
it necessarily be a bad thing if they delay it a couple of years? I personally do not think so, because I don't really believe that this console generation has really come into its own yet. I mean, I don't even think there are games out that are really pushing these things optimized to the best of their ability.
But that's true with every generation.
I agree. But so if you give it a little bit more time, maybe this one would be the situation. Do you think it's a bad thing? Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah, and Paul, you could probably educate me on that comment. Like, wasn't it with the PS4 and the Xbox One, weren't they like heavily underpowered when they launched day one? And sure, they were still figuring out the components and how to get things to work better on those platforms.
And they were doing the same thing on 3. They were doing the same thing. Some of the best releases on 360 were toward the end, because they finally figured out, okay, here's how we can get the best out of the hardware. Yeah,
because we've really not had a full run of the PlayStation sequence. I mean, apart from like Yotai and PlayStation Spider-Man. It's been a really lackluster season for them.
Wait, what are they supposed to be doing?
Well, I mean,
Wize just became
Santa Monica. We do not know what Santa Monica's doing. Who else is Insomniac? I know. Hopefully, this year is when we. They said this year when we're getting what is that? Wolverine. And there are probably other people that they're probably working on as well. So I mean, we've not really hit our full cadence games yet.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, speaking for myself, at least, like the games that have come out, I haven't looked at like, damn, I wish I had stronger hardware to play that. I'm just like, I don't really care for it. And if you look at
the problem is all they have left is an increasingly aging demographic.
Well, whether it's increasingly aging or not, it's also the demographic with the most discretionary income as well.
Yeah, I mean, but that puts in the complicated space, like, the people that are buying your games are getting old, and the people that are buying your games are getting old.
Okay, well, what are you gonna do? That is, I don't think they're really focused on that, because people are still buying their games, irrespective of whether they're old or not. It's not like they've stopped buying their games because they've aged out or died out. You know what I'm saying? Their games are still selling at a steady cadence to the point where they're still they walked back their whole live initiative to cater to that new clientele.
No, they walked back their whole live initiative because it cost them money.
It cost them money because they were trying to appeal to a demographic that was not appealing to them.
If they ever hit a game that appealed to non-aging gamers, bet they would go all in. But they haven't been able to do that.
This is true. I mean, Helldivers, for what it is, Helldivers, who really, I know I enjoy Helldivers because it is a Starship Troopers game, you know? But my kid doesn't know what the fuck Helldivers is. I mean, they don't know what Starship Troopers is, even though he's seen the movie.
That's a failure on your part.
No, he's seen the movie. He just doesn't see why I like the movie as much as I do.
Oh, because you're a math teacher, so your child is media illiterate.
Basically, yeah, pretty much, you know. So he's resting on his laurel. He says if he ever needs to master math, it's in his DNA, and he needs all he needs is 2 days of really hard studying, and he could be better in math than me. And you know what? He's right.
That's what he says.
Tell him, remind him he's not Chinese. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you're Indian. You know, half of our country still, you know, cleans bathrooms.
Yeah, your other career path might be owned at that 7-Eleven.
Exactly. He's like, come again. Thank you. Come again.
Oh.
Thank you. Shit. All right, let's keep on going. Next topic. It's kind of a big one.
That's not what she said.
It's kind of a that is not anything I'll ever hear in my life. Trust me. You know,
Actually,
I'll hear when my wife talks about her boyfriend.
What she said.
But yeah,
She said,
no. I hear that phrase when my wife talks about her boyfriend. But that's about it.
I'm just gonna toss it out, let everyone else just attack that however they want.
All right, so this week I sort of been down a rabbit hole, and I don't know if it's a good rabbit hole or a bad rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole nonetheless.
You've been down a hole?
A rabbit hole.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
The rabbit hole is Crimson Desert. They've released some gameplay previews of that game, and
like a 15-minute video.
What happened that people are actually talking about Crimson Desert? Because I've been getting adverts about that for years.
Well, it's coming out in March.
I legit don't care.
It's coming out. No. Go and it probably is not a game that you would gravitate towards normally, but anyone else who's seen the previews of this game, it's like too good to be true scenario.
I get what you're saying. I really get what you're saying, but the fact is I've been seeing advertisements for Crimson Desert shit for years.
Well, no. It's coming out next month. It's coming out at the end of next month. And name something that you enjoy doing. I guarantee you it's in the game. Name one fucking gameplay loop you like. I guarantee you it's in the game.
No, the gameplay loops can be there. I just don't care about the game. They've been trying to sell me on this game for years. I don't think you understand how much Crimson Desert shit I've seen over the years. And I literally am like, I can't.
Well, for those of you uninitiated, it's developed by this company called Pearl Abyss. They used to do. They're known in the MMO space.
Online.
I think they do. Don't they do like a Korean MMO? Their last game was
Black Desert people. That explains it. Why they won't shut up about their game.
Yeah, like Black Desert
to be
something.
Fair, their game isn't about attracting
it's a prequel to Black Desert Online, or was.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Originally a prequel.
But generally speaking, the company was known. Their pedigree was MMOs, and they started developing this game, I think, in 2016, according to the interviews that I've listened to, and they said, according to the developer, they said that this game wanted to be a single-player game. They did not come out of this game making it a single-player game. They wanted to make it another MMO because that's what they're familiar with. And this game, they said the more they got into the weeds of it, they're like, the more it sort of gravitated towards being its own independent, standalone game. And now it is a single-player game, and they've made it a single-player game, and they've been, sort of like nipping and tucking at it since 2016. And this game sort of fucking has it all. Like, okay, you want to fly? You want Sky Islands? We'll give you that. You want to fly out of the Sky Islands and land like Tears of the Kingdom? We'll give you that. You want to ride a dragon? We'll give you that. You want to craft shit? We'll give you that. It's like every fucking thing that you've ever wanted in any game is in this gameplay loop. And so there's a little bit of a concern, but at the same time, conservative optimism that if this game sort of does what these developers are saying it does, then this could be like something that really pushes the genre forward. Versus, okay, they're trying to do everything and this is going to just blow up in their face. And
someone just asked, what if they want to eat soup?
They can do it. They can fucking eat soup.
If I want to buy soup at the
They literally showed a guy was fishing. You go behind the guy, you can watch him fishing, and then you learn how to fish, and then you can do it as a mini game.
Okay, it's been in like
so you have to learn how. You can't just fish because it's very intuitive.
No, I mean, like, you have to first learn the skill, and then you can do it.
What
indefinitely.
if I want to get isekai into the
I'm
real
just saying,
world and play
fishing
Grand Theft
seems
Auto?
very
Can I do that?
intuitive. Okay.
Yeah, but in games like that though, you have to learn the basics of fishing before you can fish.
That seems stupid.
Well, I mean,
almost every game like this does that.
Well, I mean, irrespective of what you ever think about that specific example, but what I'm saying is that pretty much every time I see this game, there is another gameplay loop. You know, it's either you're fighting in a wave of enemies, you're flying a dragon, you're metamorphosizing into a mist of something. It's like this game is like, okay, you want to do this? Fucking, you can do it. You want to do this? You can fucking do it.
Something that I need to ask, because I've been told to ask you this, is can you 6'7"?
Oh, please, guys. Do you know how fucking I am so goddamn tired of that? Heaven forbid if I say, okay, do problem 67. Oh my God, the kids erupt. Oh my God, Mr. D, you said Mr. 67. You said 67. I'm like, oh my God. Fuck, stop it.
You seem mighty triggered.
Yes. But the answer on the test today was, the last answer was 6.7. And
it's like
everyone was like, "Oh, Mr. D, I know what you did." Wink, wink, wink. I'm like, "But I didn't do shit." Stop it. You know?
He's so funny.
He's so fun.
Okay, so any of y'all seen the previews for this game? Have you heard the
it looks cool. It looks interesting. It looks like it's doing a lot, and I don't know. It almost looks like it's doing too much, and I'm gonna wait for it to come out to kind of see how it lands, especially in the console space. On PC, I'm sure it'll run great, but how's that fucking monstrosity gonna run on console?
Okay, whenever we've seen games like this, right? The developers have either waited till the 11th hour to push the game to reviewers, or sort of held the embargo until after the game come out. This
I
one
will wait until the 15th hour.
Well,
saying they give the
they're letting anyone who wants to play this game. They're like, yeah, you want to play it? You don't believe me?
PC or just PC?
Now, that's the thing. I don't know. They've not said anything. There's PC right now, but they said they're going to announce like performances and everything on within the next month or so. So I don't know. I mean, again, it sounds too good to be true, and I'm with you, Super. Like, everything I see sounds wonderful. It looks like the ultimate game, but then again, like, you know, from what we've been experiencing, we're like, whoa, that seems like too little, too much here. You know, like, okay,
I think
a little too late.
I haven't looked deep into the gameplay. I saw like they did like a 15-minute trailer or some sort of just overview, giving you the background story, the character, the world, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know, I see that there's a lot in there, but it's like, what is that key thing that appeals to me? Because I'm not one to try to do literally everything. There's a lot of games that have fishing. I'm just like, I don't care. There's fishing. Monster Hunter has fishing. I ignore the crap out of Monster Hunter. It's just like, what's the key thing when it comes to combat, the questing, the world, and
what's
NPCs?
wrong with fishing? Why do you hate fishing so much?
I just don't care for it. That's it. I don't know. It is a happy experience, ain't it? No, but I mean, I just don't care for fishing like that. I know. People,
you know what?
We got in Destiny at one point.
Well, I mean, this is not the fishing. We don't. You focus on the
I'm just saying. No. I'm not just talking. I'm just getting on the point of like, there's so much you could do in the game. It's just like, that's great and all, but again, and this is more for myself. Like, what am I specifically looking for? And are they, again, the world, when it comes to the world, the story, the gameplay, the combat part of it? If that's gonna hook me, I don't really care about the Sky Worlds.
It's like in Far Cry 5, you have all the shooting and the base mechanic, going into the bases, killing people, and you have races and airplanes and all kinds of shit. And then there was a fishing mechanic. I don't give a fuck about the fishing mechanic. I'm trying to do all the other shit.
But have y'all seen this game?
I don't care that it has a fishing mechanic.
No, I don't give a fuck about it. Drop the goddamn fishing mechanic. I'm sorry I brought up the goddamn fishing mechanic.
You brought it up, yeah.
I'm talking about every fucking thing else this game is professing that it does.
Speaking for myself again, it's just like, if it's, as you said, it was the Sky Worlds and you could fly in it and stuff like that, and like that's great. No, it's just, again, when the key thing that I'm interested in is, again, the story, the gameplay, if it's fun and has a depth to it properly, and if I connect to the story, and that's, all the extra stuff, whether it's fishing or is there base building or something.
Remember we spent the first hour of this show talking about a game we tried to do a little bit of everything.
Wait, I'm sorry, I don't think I got it right. So you're talking about fishing mechanics?
No, so it's y'all still sought the fucking fishing mechanic. Oh, I said the goddamn. Hey, Cozy, I'm gonna get fishing mechanics.
As Paul said, we had a game that, as we spoke about earlier, that does a lot, and it just doesn't really nail. It's a lot of everything, but it doesn't specialize in the key area that sets it apart.
That's what I'm worried about. It just seems a lot, but like, as we always say in the beginning of the show, as I said, a jack of all trades is a master of none.
Yeah, because that's the other thing is, like, whenever I see these trailers, it's not like showing you doing one particular thing like 80% of the time, and then, here's a flash of this other thing you could do, and here's a flash of this other thing you could do, but like 80% was like the main thing you do. Right. These trailers are always like flash of like, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, yeah, but what's like the main thing that I do? Like, I don't
do with this, you can do with that.
You can do this.
Hugh Christopher Walken.
You can do with this, you can do with that. But this is where it's at.
Is that the trailer they use for those? Am I thinking of the wrong trailer with the Kia Soul and the hamsters? Did they use it for that trailer too? Okay.
Yeah, that is what was the rapper? Shit. Where is Lemon when I need him? Shit. Fuck. I forgot the rapper. Black Sheep. That was a rap group that sang the song. You could get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this.
Then they got sampled by Fatboy Slim.
Oh yeah, then there was a Fatboy Slim one. Was Christopher Walken in the video. That was a really good video too, by the way. So yeah, I mean, if you've never seen it, it's really good. So I forgot the name of the song. What was it called? What was it?
He knows about urban music.
Well, I know about both. I know about Fatboy Slim. What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't know about
Slim
urban
is
music.
awesome. Good. Yeah. So anyhow. Yeah, so this game seems like a little bit. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm excited to play it, but then like I have my reservations to a certain extent. I mean, because I sort of have to put reservations, right? Because in the past, before, when I would see a game like this, I would be so hyped up, and of course, you'd play the game and you get burned on the first like this is not what they fucking promised, and you're like, shit.
You'll get to play it at PAX East.
What?
You'll get to play it at PAX East. It was at PAX West on.
Well, Lemon has already said that they're actually he's actually played
Lemon
it.
says it's good. Yeah, he says it's good.
Yeah, he says it's good. He says it's really good, and everyone who's played it attests to this fact. And that's the thing.
They even at PAX West, they even let Colt Eastwood save some of his gameplay and put it on his channel.
Yeah,
they're very, very confident.
That's what I'm saying. If you were not confident, you would do the bullshit some of these developers do. They don't release the game until like the day before it comes out to reviewers or whatever.
Release it a month later. I'm like, we announced that the Game Awards is coming out tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
Colt Eastwood also said that fucking with the vampire first-person shooter was like the second coming of Christ. So.
Which one, Bloodlines?
Well, it was a very curated experience that those content creators got to experience too.
Yeah. I mean, but this one is like they're open to saying, okay, yeah, come and play it, play your heart's content as much as you want.
That's great because it can show confidence in your product and hopefully it's good. Yeah, some studios will wait to the last, as you said, day to show it off, like Cyberpunk.
Like I don't think it's gonna be bad. It's just that there's so many other times that games have seemingly done a lot less and not been great or didn't hit in all aspects. So like it's hard for me to wrap my head around something that does so many things and doing them all really, really well.
Yeah, I think that's and no push towards you Wize, but I think when the hype is you can still do so much of everything, I'm just like, I don't really care to do a variety of multiple things.
I like fishing because I'm supposed to be doing
I'm not talking about fishing myself here. But it's kind of
back
like
to the
this
goddamn
probably
fishing.
this probably isn't the best comparison, but like I hope it's not. And for people who play, because I just heard from other people, but I hope it's not full of so many things you do. It feels like it's just a bloated experience instead of like you did focus in some areas and you made sure the key thing was finally crafted well, or as you said, you spread yourself so thin because you're trying to do so many different things. Where it's just like we got everything for everyone here. Like I said with Resident Evil's 5 or 6, I keep looking at that. We got something for everyone here, and the main hook just didn't.
Well, Requiem sort of looks like that. Hey, if you want to play the classic Resident Evil, play as this character. If you want to play the action-packed Resident Evil, play as Leon. So
the problem with 6 was like it was.
Well, Requiem is doing the same thing. They're letting you do 2 builds that play differently.
But the difference with Requiem is Requiem's going to play, I think, more like the latest Assassin's Creed did, where you trade off. One section is this way and the next section is this way. You don't necessarily swap back and forth unless it's part of the game to say, okay, now you're playing as this character. Now you're playing as this character. Different thing. Also, this game may or may not be at PAX East because it comes out on March 19th, the week before PAX East. So.
My understanding with the new Resident Evil, someone had said, one of the devs, something to the effect that you can switch back and forth between the characters. No, not first and third person, between the characters, because they said that areas that you would go through with whatever the girl's name is, any characters you kill with her, when Leanne goes to those areas, they will remain dead. All the items that you dropped on the floor will stay there.
Because you're telling the same story. You're 2 different characters going through the same area. But it doesn't mean that you're going to go, oh, so-and-so, Leon will be better for this area. No, because they've designed that area to work with her, not with Leon. At least for the
because
initial
the developer said specifically, like one of the highlights is going through areas where Claire couldn't defeat a bunch of enemies and going through as Leon.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It forces you to switch back and forth. It doesn't really give you a choice. It says you really got to use this guy to do this part.
Yeah,
you really got to use.
Well, RPG88 says he's skeptical.
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I mean,
it's Crimson Desert.
I mean, I don't know. It just seems too good to be true. And again, Elden Ring, when they were announcing it, you could do this, you could do this. It seemed a little too good to be true, but it.
Yeah, but Elden Ring is doing a lot less than Crimson Desert
because
is.
Elden Ring's main thing was like it took the Souls formula and just put you in an open world, so you weren't really doing a whole new expanse of like activities. It's like no, it's a Souls like, but now you just can go anywhere.
They made the world open and it gave you a mount, but other than that, it was just like all the other Souls games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it let me go on a very extensive long quest because the companion on my team has a very bad health system because she grew up on her life on a spaceship, and now I had to go on this really long quest line because Liara or Tali needs me to go help her respirator or something. I don't know.
Help her respirator.
I don't know. It's been a while since I played Mass Effect. Okay, I'm trying to make a Mass Effect.
Tali has a respirator. No, they fucking
because she can't. Because
Mass Effect are you playing? Are you playing the Pornhub edition of Mass Effect again? I need a respirator. Take my mask off.
No, she has a respirator so she doesn't get contaminated by normal air.
Yeah, come on, dude. You don't play Mass
Effect. Do you not know about Mass Effect?
All I'm saying is this: Tali to me was finer than fucking Miranda. That's all I'm gonna say.
She had a respirator though.
Well, fuck, I'll take that respirator and make her breathe at me. She don't need it.
No, that's not why. It was so to avoid contamination.
Tali was hotter than Miranda. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Tali was fucking hotter, and then she had that Russian accent. Oh my
Tali is hotter if you're.
That didn't sound Russian at all.
I know it does sound like I'm an Indian. I can't do Russian. You know they invaded us a couple of times, so you should.
Oh no.
But yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, Tali's hot. So yeah, everyone will be, Miranda or Liara. No, fuck that. Tali, man, Tali.
Liara was cool.
And she's got that whole dominatrix shit going. Safe word is respirator.
I don't think I know one of these fucking people.
I don't remember the safe word for Tali, but yeah, I thought that was who was that? Who was the girl? Who was
the Asari Liara? Right.
Liara was the Asari. I'm talking about Jack. Was it a Jack?
Why the fuck did they find her attractive? People were like swooning over Jack back in the day.
People like strong female characters.
And bald? Apparently, I guess.
Some people are into that,
Why am I thinking that as a kid you used to watch
Robert Plant
Robotech or Robotech and masturbate to Min-May? I swear to God.
You were one of those kids, weren't you?
Nope.
Come on, fucking liar! You goddamn liar! Shit!
Nope.
How you knew way too well the name of the person and the cartoon.
I'm a fan of Robotech.
Oh, sure you are. What were you exactly the fan of?
It had giant transforming robots. Of course I was.
Of course, no. There was something else that was giant and transforming. It wasn't the robot.
Actually, the storyline with Minway was annoying as hell because they would ever sing in every episode. It's like, oh my God, stop.
But back to Crimson Desert. I mean, I hope it's a great game. You know, it has, like, when was this thing first unveiled? Like
5 years ago,
1967.
Yeah, 2020 was when it was first unveiled at like the Game Awards or something.
Yeah, it's been so long since then, and it's just like here it is, the Xbox showcase. I think the most recent, I mean, maybe they put it on Xbox too, but they did a thing on PlayStation where they went into depth with it. So I'm like, yeah, it's finally coming out, and hopefully it's a good, solid experience.
Well, they are advertising it on PlayStation's blog, Crimson Desert, heavily. So watch this, watch it. I swear to God, like if this thing hits, it's going to make, I don't know, it's going to give Elden Ring a run for its money when it comes to YouTube streams and Twitch streams.
No,
you don't think?
No,
I think it'll be quickly forgotten. Like, I don't think you understand. Maybe because you're a console-centric gamer, how much this game has been advertised.
If that was supposed to be an insult, it wasn't taken as one. But go ahead.
No, it wasn't an insult. It was basically because if you're console centric, your sphere of like what you see is smaller.
Okay.
Like I was actually shocked. Like, why is everyone suddenly talking about Crimson Desert? Because I've seen it's been pushed to me because I game on PC. It's been pushed to me a lot, and I'm like, it's a nothing burger.
Well, I mean, you watched that whole thing and that whole preview, that whole gameplay trailer, and you walked away saying it was a nothing burger?
No, I don't care. It's still just like, okay, if I wanted to play an MMO, I'd play an MMO.
Well,
but it's not an MMO.
It's not. It's a single player game. It's a yeah. It's its own story.
We wanted. It's what I wanted from Dragon's Dogma 2, and now we're finally getting it.
I get it, but for me personally, I feel like it's like, okay, it doesn't do anything that makes it like, it's like, oh, there's a game that does all. Like, if I wanted that, I'd just play an MMO.
But your tastes don't tend to lean to where the mass of game players do lean. So.
You tend to play the one offers, right? So you. I mean,
if I was playing this type of game, it would be an MMO. If I wanted that in a game, it'd be an MMO. That's what I'm saying. If I wanted that in a game, I'd be an MMO.
I mean,
I guess it'll appeal to those guys. That's like, oh my gosh, Red Dead Redemption 2. I can go hunting, I can go fishing, I can go cooking.
No, but then they talk about the world size. They're saying it's bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's what everyone says about their game when they want to sell it.
And then they're saying,
anyone can say anything they want about their game, and I'm just like, okay, thank you. Okay.
But they're not talking. They're not just talking. That's the point. The point is they're saying, play the fucking game. Don't believe what the fuck we're saying. Play the goddamn game. They're not hiding behind, oh, okay, we're going to release you a build that's going to be alpha or beta or whatever, and then you can play that shit. They're like, come on over, play it.
Well, if they put out a demo, then we can say, okay, we'll play the game and then decide.
If they don't put out a demo, I'm going to be like, okay, it does what all the MMOs do, except I have to do it by myself and be alone with no friends.
Like always.
Like normal. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody here has attraction for this game. I'm positively intrigued.
I'll look at it, but that same day, Mouse PI for Hire comes out, and that's the one I want.
You're fucking kidding me. They announced the date for that.
That's the same day.
Oh, yes. Fuck, man. Fuck. I want to play that. I want to play that
than an MMO for the friendless.
Also, Life is Strange Reunion comes out the week after that.
Okay, well, fuck that. I don't care. No, my biggest problem is we got Dragon Quest 7 coming out at the end of this month, and that shit's going to be 300 fucking hours. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get to that game.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder comes out later that month too, and so does Mega Man Star Force. There you go.
And you know what came out yesterday? I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired too. Actually.
Cerebral.
Yesterday.
It's a Cerebral. You live stream playing Super Mario Wonder. I will pay you whatever the fuck you want to play.
You would have to send me a Switch first. So,
I'll fucking do that. To watch Cerebral Paul stream Super Mario Wonder, that is a TV gold. That is streaming gold. I am sorry. I mean, come on. How can everyone would say would want to watch that, right? Like,
fuck that. It's not one of my favorites.
No, it's not Super Mario Wonder. Cerebral Paul playing Super Mario Wonder.
No. I want to see Cerebral Paul play some real degenerate games.
Leisure Weary.
I'm gonna start sending him degenerate games.
Oh shit! All right, Cerebral, are you gonna take that sitting down?
Yes.
What? No.
Okay. Let's talk about another game where the developer has been really chatty this week. Ken Levine and Judas. And he's talking about play mechanics, and it's going, according to him, he's been developing the dialogue mechanics for over 6 years, ever since he left BioShock. And apparently it's going to be something to the effect of where you get to talk to these people, and it's like levels of like dislike. It's like, it's kind of like what he described to me seemed like the Nemesis system.
Open this game and it doesn't show me a 4-section wheel where the NPC facial expression changes based off of which reaction they prefer. I'm not buying.
No,
you talked way too long, and I don't remember when you started.
I'm tired. I was trying to make a reference to the Oblivion conversation.
It's all good and fine, but I want to see it because we've been promised this type of shit in games for fucking decades, and almost every time it's not exactly what they promise it's gonna be.
I mean, hopefully.
But it's Ken Levine. He's always delivered.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I hope it's great because my main thing is it's a BioShock experience from the creator of BioShock, and I love BioShock.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Dialogue trees,
and I think Judas looks awesome, but like this, you make a promise like that, it's like, okay, well, I need to see it delivered.
Did he say if it'll be like
lots of people say that?
It'll like different branches of an ending, or it's just like, hey, you talk to different characters, get like side missions or stuff? Because I kind of asked, like, you have branching dialogue, but
like according to him, they you have to sort of develop like some sort of like rapport with these to get the quests and stuff, and it will filter through all the other NPCs as well. It's like, you know, that one dialogue branch will sort of like filtered through all the other dialogue, kind of like the Nemesis system, where like if you couldn't kill one orc, he became more powerful or getting more renown or whatever. It's something similar to that, according to what I was reading. So, yeah, I mean, if anyone can pull it off, I think Levine, because I mean, you know what he did with BioShock and what he sort of achieved with those games. I mean, the game was not only like a fun game to play, but it had a lot of like subterfuge.
You're talking about 30 fucking years ago.
But it's still, I mean, to this day, BioShock I still holds its own.
30, when did BioShock come
out? No, 30 years ago. I don't think you understand. Like, people, like, every day aren't picking up BioShock like, man, let me play the newest game. Like, if you didn't play it when it was, BioShock is not that enjoyable.
Well, but I mean, maybe I gotta go back and play it myself.
I wouldn't go that far to say it's not that enjoyable.
I went back to play it, not obviously not this year, even last year, but I know it was more in recent memory that I went back to play it, and I was like, no, it's still great. Like, obviously it's still ages.
BioShock 1
still,
but BioShock 2 for me didn't hold up as well.
Yeah.
But BioShock 2 was never good to begin with, as well
BioShock
as
2. BioShock 2 lost me, but I went back to the
who made BioShock 2?
It wasn't Ken Levine. It was they were working on Infinite. There was some subsidiary of who was the development team? Oh fuck, was it Take-Two? No, it wasn't Take-Two.
I don't know. All I know is on April 2nd, a game called I Am Jesus Christ is coming out, and I gotta play that.
What is that about? What is that about?
It's about this. I heard it's about this guy called Jesus or something. I don't know. I thought his name was. I thought it was Jesus, but I guess I got the pronunciation wrong.
You guys, but look what I got.
A box.
A box.
Ooh, a box.
Shit.
Wow, your dildos are getting bigger day by day.
Oh no.
Or is that the butt plug?
By the way, speaking of boxes, Wize, I'm still waiting for my delivery that you were supposed to send me a week ago.
Oh yeah, I gotta send this shit to you.
Let's see what's in my box.
Totally. You should have reminded me, man. Like, senility's hell. Finally. You should know.
I talked to you on Friday. You said you'd do it on Monday.
Yeah, fuck! I'm gonna do it. I promise. I'm so sorry. You should have texted me or something, man. What did you get?
I will now.
What the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
That's he's always on the show, dude. He's just staring at his camera right now. I don't know what that's all about.
That's funny.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I can't really see it.
It keeps cutting to Fabio for some reason every time.
Is that your new blow up doll?
It's the altars.
Oh, it's the altar. I thought it's your new blow up doll.
Edition.
I'm not.
It finally arrived.
I thought you said that this time you wanted a Mexican. You didn't want a black.
But
doll.
I guess I'll have to give away the code because it's probably for Steam.
Oh shit! All right.
And why get a game on Steam when it exists on GOG?
Go ahead.
I mean, like that reminded me of a friend of mine. That like he, for some reason, every time he saw a teaser trailer or any announcement from the others, every single time he saw, he called the game as the Fabios. And that's it.
All right, okay. Oh, it was 2K Marin. Thank you, RPG88. He said it was 2K Marin who made. I knew it was 2K. 2K made. Well, Ken Levine with 2K made the BioShock series, but then BioShock 2 was made by a subsidiary of 2K, which was 2K Marin, that's why it wasn't so well, because Levine at that time was working on the sequel, his true sequel, which was Infinite. So there you go. But anyhow, all right, let's talk about another topic here. Let's talk about let's talk about sex, baby. All right, or lack of sex, baby. All right. Anyhow, just okay. So you're talking this company, Pearl Abyss. They're making this game. You talk about Black Myth Wukong and the big games that they're making, and I sort of am encouraged by these seemingly unheard of development teams that are nipping at the heels of these AAA developers.
Hold on.
And do y'all think that the traditional AAA developers have something to worry about?
If you're talking about one particular type of genre, because a lot of these Chinese studios are making very similar type games.
Action-based hack and slash, beat 'em up, Souls likes.
So if you're making a game that's not that, I don't think they have to worry, unless we see Chinese developers start making other shit, because it seems like they only make this type of shit. Yeah.
Oh wait, I rewind. There was a game, I can't remember the name, but it's like Spider-Man meets anime meets Grand Theft Auto, something like that. I forget the name. It looks interesting, but maybe Rockstar needs to be scared of that one. Take two.
I doubt it.
Rockstar's good.
Yeah.
A Nanta Project Mugen, whatever it's called. It got like GTA stuff in it and Spider-Man swinging and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe they'll take over GTA. I don't know.
You don't know anything. Is that your specialty?
Yeah. I try sometimes. That's why I always
got to make use of that intellectual property theft.
Yeah. Did Wize disappear? Oh, no, he's still here. So anyway, So anybody got the topic? Well, on to the topic about Chinese games. Should AAA games or developers be scared of Chinese developers or the new upcoming developers? And I mean,
no one should be afraid of Chinese developers. In fact, Chinese developers should be afraid of Chinese developers because their games are good-ish on paper, but they always kind of just like derivative.
Okay, let me ask you a question. First, let's talk about the first one, Black Myth Wukong. That was really the game that sort of broke the ice in this regard. Would y'all consider Black Myth Wukong a AAA game?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that really depend on the budget?
Well, I mean, in your perspective, when they announced it, did you perceive that as a AAA game?
I mean, I think you'd probably be somewhere like visual wise, somewhere between, AA or AAA.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying is that you got these Chinese developers, right? And they're making, for good or bad, for however you received Wukong, their last game was a mobile fucking game. And for you to make a mobile game and then from that to pivot into a game and release it with the fidelity that you did on Wukong, that is not a small feat for that type of developer.
Hey, those kids worked long hours to get that out.
Yeah, they did.
Have you not played a variety of mobile games? There are mobile games that are actually really fantastic.
I mean,
I'm lost. Someone educate me. You said their last game was a mobile game. Are you talking about Black Myth was slated to be a mobile, or did they?
No. Their last game before that preceded Black Myth was mobile.
It was like a card game.
Okay. I thought you was going to more so compare to like Shift Up and Nikkei swap to Stellar Blade type of deal, but that's a Korean developer.
I mean, here's the thing. Their last game may have been a mobile game, but that doesn't mean they didn't put the same level of work into it.
No, but what I'm saying is that this is an impressive feat. Whereas you got these traditional AAA game developers who are putting out these AAA games that we're saying are AAA, and they're coming out faulted or sometimes just fucking godly broken. And you got these developers who are making mobile games coming out with what looks or appears as pseudo AAA.
It doesn't change anything of what you said. It doesn't. It's like it's about the people and what skill they have.
Yeah, I started again like with Stellar Blade.
And in fact, making sure a game isn't broken on mobile is a lot more work than making sure a game isn't broken on PC.
But then, for example, like you got AAA developers. Oh my god, this game just was
mobile is wholly less static than PC and console.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Wize, in the sense of like you have developers who are stepping into creating larger games compared to what they've done before. But it just goes back to when those games actually ship. What's the reception behind them? How are the sales? And unless we get games that are like the next big Call of Duty that someone has to, or Fortnite, wherever it is, I think you alluded to this earlier. Like if they're all making similar style games, and there's really not much to be concerned about because again, Call of Duty's safe because there's not a up and coming developer that's making a COD killer, if you will. Mm-hmm. So there's really not much concern in that area.
Playground Games isn't going to be worried about Phantom Blade Zero developer because they don't make that type of game. And Insomniac's not going to be worried about Phantom Blade Zero developer because they don't make that type of game.
If anyone, maybe From Software, but
yeah. But anyone that's in the business of making action RPGs, I can see them maybe being like, "Holy shit, these Chinese guys have made up a lot of ground really fast."
Yeah.
But outside them, like regular AAA developers that are completely making games in other genres, I don't understand why they would.
But then why do you think that they were able to bring up their cadence as quickly as they did? Do you think it's the work ethic of their society, or do you think it's just something more?
I mean,
it's because they're looking them and paying the minimum wage. It's the minimum wage.
It's like you're looking at them as like but this is like so much different.
They came from
it's
sticks
not
and stones
that different.
to this. Like,
in fact, I'd say like in a way it's like easier moving something off of mobile because mobile is not static.
So what you're saying is making a mobile game is easier than it's harder than making a console game.
So maintaining a mobile game is harder than maintaining a console game.
I did not know that. That is a new thing to me.
iOS came out with this random update and it will definitely break your game.
That's fair. Yeah, I used to get a variety of components.
Okay, well, I don't play
I think another thing too is
also the other thing too is mobile games are by design much smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing too is just like I'm not a developer myself, so I can't really speak on it too much. But just improvement in tools and things that nature, budget, and just information and skill building that you can have, to where you're not learning from. You have a lot more resources to pull from to get yourself caught up in terms of the development. Now, obviously, you still got to put yourself through ropes of developing the game, but you're not like starting from complete scratch if you were. To where it's a lot harder than it was before, where a lot of these more heavy hitter studios that have been through it for so long, starting from like more older technology versus what we have today that can help speed up the process of creating games. And not to mention this, and again, someone else educate me on this if I'm getting it wrong, but like when it comes to consoles and PCs and stuff like that, the hardware is still different, but there's a lot more it's not as different as it was in the past. Like PS3, you had to sell here, then you had Xbox, and it's one thing. Whereas people will say, well, they're all kind of similar using components. So that's another thing helping with the development process.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, anyone else have anything else to say about this? Chinese developers encroaching into the AAA space. All right.
Well, I mean, get used to it because AAA the Chinese are already getting ready to save us from the memory crisis because Chinese RAMs. There was a espionage done by some old Samsung employees where the Samsung tech was given over to some Chinese hardware makers. So,
and they're gonna parallel that shit out the yang and flood the market.
Well, possible.
They can do it cheaper, yeah.
But that's assuming that our illustrious president doesn't tariff the hell out of those chips.
China.
I mean, we know how he feels about China and everything that comes out from that country.
Yeah, and the problem with the president is like they make a good deal with him. He'll like, I don't like those people. Oh, we got a good deal for you, sir. Here's some money for your house.
The bigger thing is we just gotta wait it out.
Yeah.
The real Ina says it doesn't change how phones fundamentally run the game. Updates on phones are not that significant to running the game as they are on the core aspect of the phone, which is on the maker. Okay, so I think he's saying that it's. In fact, I think he's pushing back against what you're saying, Cozy. He's saying maybe it might, in fact, be easier to develop on a phone. So I don't know. Well, I mean, you would think that would probably be easier on a phone because, like, if you have a limited budget and you want to reach the most people, make a phone game, right?
Because it's easier to develop. No, I'm not saying it's not easier to develop on the phone. I'm saying maintaining a game on the phone is more work.
Yeah,
maybe
we haven't put out for some games too.
It's notoriously known that mobile gaming is very volatile.
The real Enate says,
which is why they just will delist games rather than updating them when they do something that makes them absolutely stop working.
Huh. Well, yeah, I guess you're right about that. I mean, I guess the maintenance phase is longer. Let me ask. Let me go to you, Nova. Do you think Trump? Because I'm not saying politics aside. Do you think Trump would still tariff the hell out of these RAM chips as China made it, or do you think because of the necessity in the market he was sort of like look the other way?
I think it really depends on how much we are going to have to rely on using them. Because obviously, if he knows that we need them for this, and he's not going to, we're just going to make some type of.
Once China brings order to
where there's even exchange
to Congo, you're screwed.
Well, yeah, but.
Yeah,
then also
prices of shit going up. If you have someone rocking the boat,
rare earth minerals in Greenland that they're going to get. So I mean, obviously, it's going to take a while for that to be a thing.
When are we invading Greenland? By the way, why are we sending ships to Iran?
We don't have to. We've already made a deal for mineral rights and for basically sovereign territory.
Oh, really? I mean, that went through fruition, no problems, huh? I've not been.
So there's no invasion required. There's none of that shit.
So they're going to sort of. Is Denmark? Is it just going to be a dual government ship between America and Denmark, or is it going to be something where they're going to hand over some?
Denmark's still going to own the country, but it's like our military bases that are sovereign U.S. soil. We're going to have parts of Greenland that are going to be sovereign U.S. soil, essentially like military bases, and then we're going to have mineral rights and rights to like the gold.
By the way. It's not a done deal, by the way. They're in talks, but it's not a done deal.
I mean, that's our biggest.
This is what's happening.
Well, no, that's our biggest reliance on China. Is not the fact that they are making the chips, is because they are the biggest source of the raw materials in order to make the chips. So if we can get
they really aren't. It's Taiwan, not China, that has the rare earth minerals.
No, I thought it was China who had it. It was Taiwan who was processing it, right? Something like that, right?
That's why China's always threatening to invade Taiwan, and they're pissed off because Taiwan opened that Taiwan semiconductor plant here in Arizona.
Yeah,
that they're gonna try to move all the materials and shit out of Taiwan and start producing shit stateside. So China's kind of pissed off about that.
And see, that shocked the hell out of me when TSMC agreed to that, because really it's because of TSMC being TSMC is why China sort of like, if there was any reason China was holding off, it was because of TSMC. Now, if TSMC sort of is in America, then like really, I mean, I don't know. All right. So anyhow, not getting into politics. Last topic.
Okay, well, you were saying something, buddy.
Rare earth materials. Yes, China is number one with an estimated 44 million metric tons, but Brazil is number two with 21 million metric tons.
Learn my Chinese, learn my Portuguese, and I'm.
But see, the problem with Brazil, there's part of the BRICS system, so they're more in line with the ideologies of China than they are with the ideologies of America. So, if they're going to start harvesting that shit from Brazil, then I think China is going to be first dibs because of the BRICS system than America.
I think it has more to do with how China partners with places.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. China
it's much more favorable. Like, I would definitely partner with China over the U.S.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that, because they sort of put you in a situation, in a lose-lose situation. I mean, the Chinese deals are not
either
the best.
One puts you in a lose-lose situation. But one is much more okay with making your country entirely shit to do it.
Oh yeah, but that's been this case for the longest time. Come on now, like it's not been a new, and it's something new for the United States. In any country that's been a colonialization in nature,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes China real scary, is because they're just building all these relationships where the U.S. has to go and be dicks. That's the only way they can do it.
Well, China's are dicks on their own terms. They sort of get you in these loans that you cannot pay out, and then you're sort of indebted to them for the rest of your life, or the rest of your
sounds like
life.
America.
Yeah,
like basically. America, but with less guns.
Oh yeah, we'll build you. We build you port. We build you subway, and then next thing you know, you're fucking on the dime for China for the rest.
They got royally fucked in Venezuela, because Venezuela is not ever paying them back the billions of dollars that China lent them.
Yeah, but that's what their MO is. So they get into deals with the country, but they get countries locked into a debt cycle that they can't get out of.
Everyone does that.
Well, I mean, America's like, well, okay, yeah, fine. Well, just let us build you. Then that's what China does.
Look at how much hate.
So how the fuck are they different than America, and they're looting everything?
The major benefit of being the center of the global economy is that we can apply economic pressures on other countries that China doesn't have the ability to
We can do that because of these financial system that we're in right now, but they're changing that as well, where the US dollar is no longer the reserve currency. So that's the purpose of BRICS to begin with, was to take the world economy away from the US dollar as the source of income. I mean, the foundational source of finance. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyhow, not to sort of devolve into a politics topic, so let's talk about something a bit more fun. All right.
Okay.
This year, is this going to be like the fucking golden year of gaming? Like, we got Fable, Halo, Forza, Gears, Wolverine, Clockwork Revolution.
I mean, the answer is really dependent
GTA
on whether
6.
or not those games are all bangers. Because if those games all come out, GTA included, and they fucking suck, then the answer is no. If they all come out and they're awesome, then the answer is probably yes.
So to answer that quite simply, we're not getting Bloodborne 2, so sorry.
So it looks like everything is tempered because of the fact there's no Bloodborne 2 or Bloodborne remake, right? It's just what you're saying. So, and of course, let's not forget Soros is coming out this year. Go ahead.
Have what Blue Point remake that shit. I don't know what they're waiting on.
Oh no, Blue Point was busy doing online live service shit. Now they're gonna be finally back to what they're supposed to be doing, So yeah, I mean, like I'm looking forward. The games I'm looking forward to, as you guys know, is Fable. To be honest with you, I'm intrigued about this game, Crimson Desert. I'm looking forward to, of course, Dragon Quest VII, Clockwork Revolutions. I'm sort of forgetting. There's so many games coming out. Wolverine. I'm kind of keen on playing Soros, so let's see how it goes. Hopefully the gameplay loop is not as strict roguelike as Returnal was. But oh well, if it is, it is. So those are the games that I'm sort of looking forward to. Those are the games that we know of, and apparently there are probably games that we do not know that is coming out too. So let me go around and let me do this. Let me go ahead and ask everybody.
We also have Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Requiem. There's just like so many fucking games that are coming out, and really coming out right before in the next. I would want to say the next 7 months, in the next half year, you're gonna get all these games sort of dumped on you, you know, and I mean. That's a fucking stellar killer lineup, you know? So let me go around. Let me ask you guys, what game are you most anticipated about? Well, let's say cautiously optimistic about. Bobby, let me start with you.
Cautiously, okay.
I mean, we all know that, you know, we have to sort of temper our hype. You know, you have to hype responsibly, right? But there was all these games are coming out this year, all these big games that we would consider quote unquote big. What is your most anticipated game?
Mine, it's gotta be like Halo Campaign Evolved. I love Halo since the first one.
So why is that game ranked above all the others that are in this slate?
Just personal taste is nothing like there's no like specific reason of it. It's just I'm way too much addicted to playing Halo. Like I don't know, like I spent.
Do you think Campaign Evolved is going to be much more different than the Master Chief Collection version of Campaign Evolved?
Yes.
It's going to look better for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean they have to.
It has sprinting in it, so yeah.
That's questionable. Go ahead.
It is going to. In theory, it is going to be not just because of a visual aspect of it, but also because of they said that they are going to be adding some extra missions on it. So
and it's going to be 4-player
co-op. Online.
Yes.
No, local. So it depends on how they are going to be able to execute it, but I think it's going to be quite good. I don't think that they are going to disappoint in any way. I do trust Halo Studios because I think that they are like in low steps, but they are starting to learn more and more their lesson on how to properly make a Halo game.
So more than even E-Day, you're looking forward to Halo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. He drew the line in the sand. I like that. He drew the line in the sand. He's like, "Fuck E-Day. I want a new goddamn remake of Halo."
Like you can be sure that I am excited for E-Day. I am excited for Fable. I am excited for all of those games. But Halo is going to be on my very top. If the only way for me to replace Halo there is if they decided to, we are announcing a brand new Banjo-Kazooie game.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Then we are going to have some serious shit.
I agree with that choice. And I mean, you know, like I do know that your number one is going to be different, and it's only going to be because of your personal likes. And I'm just basically fanning the fire here. It's just asking you what it is. So yeah, Halo, interesting. All right, Cerebral. What about you? What game this entire year that's coming out again? Yeah,
the entire dude. I mean, right now I'm locked in on the end of May or whatever it is. Where is it? See, because at the end of May we've got Forza, we've got 007 First Light, and I got Lego Batman. There's 3 games.
That's another game I forgot to mention. Lego Batman was another game. You see the problem I'm having here, you know.
And they're all coming out within 6 days of each other, so I'm going to be busy.
Yes, no. But if you had to pick, okay, if I said Cerebral, you could only pick one of these games. What would it be?
One, the site needs to update their thing because they don't show Forza. But other than that, probably if I only had to pick one, Lego Batman is probably my biggest.
Lego Batman. See, it's a good thing you mentioned it because, like, you know, when we were running off these games, I totally forgot about Lego Batman, and that's also a game that I'm looking forward to as well. So cool. All right. What about you, KY? What about you?
It's really close for me. It's Halo Campaign Evolved or Lego Batman.
No, you can't straddle the fence, man. You got to be on one side or the other. You're too fat to straddle anything,
Halo
anyways.
Campaign Evolved.
Which one? I'm sorry. Which one?
Halo Campaign Evolved.
Halo Campaign Evolved. More than E-Day. I thought yours would be E-Day, without question.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but E-Day's high up on my list too, but it's later in the year. So,
but what I'm saying is, okay, you guys are more anticipated of playing a remake than a new game in the series.
Not me.
I mean, like, the two there's like evolved over E-Day.
Well, you got to think. This will be the first time I'll be able to. This will be the first time me and my wife will be able to play. We'll be able to introduce our son to Halo properly. Be able to play multiple players co-op, and he'll be able to do it on his Xbox One X because.
See, this is why I like you, KY. You know what? At the end of the day, gaming means nothing if we can't share it. The reason we do all these podcasts is because when we play these games, we want to share our experiences with others. And the fact that KY chose Halo because he wants to share his love that he gained for the game to the next generation, that is a commendable reason. Salute, KY. Good choice.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
The reason why
I didn't even think you were so fucking mature, but you are.
Will you stop kissing his ass? Let him talk.
It's a big ass. What am I supposed to do?
The reason why it's so easy for me to draw a line in the sand here is because I'll probably get my Legacy of the Dark Knight urges out before I get to Campaign Evolved. So see, I've got time.
And when you say, do you stop kissing his ass? When it's occupying the full fucking screen, there's another choice but to kiss.
Are you gonna let him talk to you like that? Are you gonna let the wise old gamer talk to you like that?
Just because I kiss his ass for free and you do it for money doesn't mean anything. All right?
You can't even spell wise correctly. Everybody thinks he did it because it's cool, but no, that's actually how he thinks it's spelled.
I don't have to kiss his ass because he actually likes me.
Ooh, I think they like me. Ooh, I think they like. All right. Okay. My next guy, Nova. What's your game for the year? Which one are you most anticipated?
Seems like the simple answer or the easy answer, but it's going to be GTA 6.
Really? I mean, you honestly, of all the other games that were announced, even the ones I failed to mention, because there's so many fucking games being announced, GTA 6 still holds the coveted position for you.
I think it's going to deliver on a lot of the promises of what I'm expecting out of the next generation GTA. And the same way that GTA 5 delivered on a lot of things, even more than a lot of us expected. I imagine that GTA 6 is going to be another level of that. So I'm hyped for it. And we haven't had a new Grand Theft Auto in fucking, 20 years, 25 years?
Has it been 25 years? It's been over a decade?
It released on PS3.
Fuck. Man, this is what I talk about. Like, when you get older, time just fucking flies.
Yeah, I'm going to say GTA 5.
Because we're having fun, man.
That or we're too busy paying bills.
Yeah, it was, let's see. It was September 17th, 2013.
Shit, it's been 12 years. God damn, 12 years. God, shit. Oh my God. Okay, GTA 6. What about you, Triple?
Shit. For myself, really, if I just had to
no,
say
not for
something.
you, for Cerebral. Obviously for you, goddamn it. What the fuck?
For Cerebral, I mean, I was building up to it. I don't know. I guess I want to say Fable.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Because I'm not gonna, make it sound like I'm the biggest Fable fan because it's been a long time since I've played Fable to really remember. But it was
it's been
a game
a long
I enjoyed.
Time.
It's been a long time. But anyway, yeah, Fable. Just seeing that we're actually getting a new Fable experience, and I'm hoping that it's a good one. And when it comes to other games like GTA. Like I like GTA, but again, when it comes to hey, it's a new Fable that we haven't gotten in forever, and Gears, I just haven't seen enough for E-Day for me to be hyped. With Gears 5, like I enjoyed it, but I really lost interest in it after Gears of War 3 and really just stuck around just because hey, it's a new Gears game, but no one really grabbed me. So without further gameplay for E-Day, the hype isn't really there for me as much as I want to be. Maybe that could change if they actually show us some gameplay of it. But yeah, so Fable for me.
All right, cool beans. All right. Last but not least, Cozy. What about you?
God, this is hard because there are two that are like probably the only games that I really was looking forward to this year that are definitive and have release dates. One would be Nintendo's Tamagotchi Life.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. They just had a preview about that today, I think.
Man,
that game looks fire.
I need an idle game.
Yeah.
I need my idle games. But then I'm like, that and Monster Hunter Stories 3. I'm definitely getting both that too.
I never took you for a stories person because you're normally not that type of person. You know, like you are more.
What do you mean I'm not that type of person?
Like you don't really.
You skip past everything.
Yeah, like stories. It seems like too RPG-ish for you.
RPGs. I just don't like RPGs that waste my time.
Yeah, but like, most of them do, and that's the problem.
Not all of them do. RPGs that just get to the point. And let me customize my build and kill things.
I don't know, man. RPGs, that's the last thing they do. Get to the point.
Shin Megami Tensei. The best way to explain it is, I love Shin Megami Tensei. I hate Persona.
And that explains it. Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei is a more protracted experience than Persona. Anyways, Persona is a little bit more sprawled and everywhere. So yeah, cool beans. All right. Yeah. Mine's of course going to be for the number one. If there was only one game I could pick this year, it would be Fable. And again, because I'm a huge Fable fan, as much as Halo, Halo brought me to Xbox. Fable is what kept me on Xbox, and I'm just looking forward to it. I mean, whatever they announce, true enough. My avatar does not change based off of my decisions, good or evil, like they used to do in the old game with the horns and the Halo, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay because this is their interpretation of Fable, and I want to play Playground's interpretation of Fable. And I played Lionhead, so let's play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The only thing to that is like, at least for myself, I would like, I don't know, an optional toggle for some type of thing, because that was again one of the other aspects of the game is just thinking of, hey, your character shifts based off your decision, but I get it. It's different, as you said. It's Playgrounds.
The world will still change, just not your personal avatar. So, I mean, as much as I like seeing the horns in the Halo, I guess I could be without it. I guess I don't know if everything else sort of falls in place.
Be without these nuts in your mouth.
Well, I've not had nuts or any of that stuff in my mouth in years. So you forget I've been married for 22 years. So asexual is more like what.
So you're saying before you were married, you had nuts in your mouth? I don't even want to know.
I had.
You definitely had.
Must be those college years.
Yeah, you definitely
they used to. My street name was Alvin the Chipmunk.
Well, now we know you paid for school. Yeah.
Shit, debt free is the way to be.
With that out of the way,
all right. With that, that's our show for tonight. Let's go ahead and do our outro so we can get out of here and eat something. Let's go ahead and start with Fabio. Fabio, one thing I wanted to ask you, because I know it's a big thing in Brazil, because you were gone to either eat dinner or eat your girlfriend, one of the two. You were eating something. I don't know what you were eating.
Come on.
Well, you were eating something. Okay, you went black screen. There were weird noises coming from the background. So there you go.
That's not appropriate for prime time TV. No,
ain't nobody watching this shit. Fabio, what do you think about Super? Are you into Dragon Ball at all? Or are you not a Dragon Ball guy?
No. When I was a child, so yeah, like I grew up on watching Dragon Ball. Like the last Dragon Ball that I watched was when there was like I watched Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball GT.
You didn't watch Super?
I watched all of those. No, because I was already older and like it it just didn't grab me at all. But there are some aspects that I found quite interesting, like the Tournament of Power.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
They're redoing the whole Beerus arc all the way to the Tournament of Power. Then they're going to pick up with the Galactic Patrol with Moro and all that stuff. If you were into the anime, into the manga.
Ah, that's really nice. Yeah. No, that's really nice.
Yeah, they just announced it this week. Because, like, do you know the voice actor for Goku in Japan gets paid $25,000 by just the Japanese government per year? That is fucking amazing to me. I did not know that. And then that's in addition to whatever Shueisha pays her as well. So yeah, amazing. So
damn.
But yeah, she makes a shit ton of money. I mean, to be honest with you, like everybody else is like, I think the Vegeta actor passed away. There was somebody else who Boo passed away. So like, yeah, I mean, I guess they need to pay her while she can because she's not necessarily a spring chicken. But I don't like talking about somebody's passing, but still, she's up there. So.
The great Catherine O'Hara passed away today.
Oh,
yeah. Don't remind me. Kidding me?
God damn, that's like,
you're fucking. Icon. When did you
said
like,
it was today? Announced today.
Yeah. Oh, she was young though, relatively speaking.
Yeah, she was young.
74, 75, or something like that.
I mean, but 74 is not really like in today's society, not that old. I mean, people lived.
I don't think it was like super expected, but yeah, it was. Damn.
I mean, I'm still saying it's old, but it's not like super super old. Like my dad is older than that, So yeah.
So it's mine, which
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara was a Home Alone mom. Yeah, so that's like right.
Yeah, she was an icon. Schitt's Creek.
An icon.
SCTV, where she really got noticed in
all those movies.
Yeah,
Home Alone, Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Best in Show.
Schitt's Creek, Best in Show, which is awesome.
Best in Show was phenomenal.
I didn't understand why Kid Me was obsessed with that movie, and now I understand it. But as a kid, I was like, I don't know why I love this movie so much.
All right. Okay, so Fabio, tell us where we can find you, sir.
Well, you can find me not just here on the Wasted with Wize podcast. You can find me on Game Set Life podcast with Mr. KY Bob and Mr. Cerebral Paul and Mr. T Drown TJ, and you can find me on the XPN Network YouTube channel. You can find me also on Twitter as FBO Marine 97 and on Xbox as Buffalo Lizard 8. Thank you very much, good sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, Nova, tell us where you can find you, big homie.
YouTube Supernova Gaming, X Yo It's Nova, and then here every Friday at 6:30 Eastern for Wasted with Wize.
Cool beans. All right, Triple, my man, tell us where we can find you, sir.
You can find me here on Fridays at 6:30 Eastern time and YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Triple Combo Gaming. I'm exhausted as hell. Sheesh.
All right, cool beans. Cozy, darling, tell us where we can find you.
Sheesh.
You can follow me here. You can find me here on today, and that's Friday. You can find me. We're starting back up again in February for
bull spitting.
Yeah.
Is Luke back finally? Is he stabilized? Have y'all talked to him any? Because I've been trying to reach out to him on WhatsApp and not been successful.
He just doesn't like you.
I know. Most people don't. But then again, most of them are former students too.
Yeah,
so.
He said we're supposed to be booting back up in February. So.
But is he now in a stable holding pattern? Did he ever get that house built and everything?
I don't know.
I'll reach out to him tomorrow. I mean, I'll try to hit him up tonight because I know it's like, what is the time difference there? Like 12, 13 hours, right?
Like 7 hours, I think.
Are you sure it's only 7?
8, 9.
You sure? I thought it was over 13 hours.
It was like that in Japan. She's,
look up the hours. Look it up.
You know how to use he's your streaming man. He's your boss, man. Shit, I thought you would know when to call your boss and not. Shit. You know what? That's what they fucking say. You can't find good help these days. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyway, you can also find me on the Game Drain, where I will actually be like probably
blowing up that doll,
playing this
and playing with it.
It's not a doll. I'm excited because I can't get because I have a code for this, but I don't need it. They definitely gave me a code with this. But I don't need it. I don't need it because I'm not going to
word.
play a game on Steam that I got on a place where I don't actually have to launch anything else.
Oh, by the way, Cozy, you could tell you could tell Loke RPG88 said this. RPG88 says Texas ain't that far.
Texas might as well be on its own country. Like,
well, you know, they've been trying to secede from the union for years now. So,
but yeah, the last place you can find me is the Game Drain.
All right, cool beans.
Mostly, you can actually find me in real time on the Game Drain because yes, where I spend most of my chatting spare time at.
Oh yeah, that's right. D487 said there on the ticket was a PS6 delayed. I forgot to talk about that.
We did.
Yeah, we did talk about that, right? It was going to possibly be delayed to 28, 29, and nobody gave a fuck about it, really. You know?
Who
yeah, and then we got into the conversation about the RAM shortages.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Who cares? Who cares? They're going to delay
prices.
things as long as they can't, you know, maximize sales.
It don't matter. Everyone's going to hell. Everyone's going to be dead in 2027 anyway when China nukes all of us anyway. So it doesn't make so. You know. So anyhow.
So let me say this ahead of time. Thank you, China. I've been, you know.
You didn't say it right. You got to say China.
China.
Oh no.
I mean, you know what? Whether you love him or hate him, you got to enjoy when he's on TV. I got like 3 ornaments with Trump because I want to be like 90 years old and tell my grandkids, yeah, there was a time this guy was China. So hopefully we won't be dead by then, or hopefully I won't be in India by then, and you know he'd revoke my visa and all that stuff. So.
We're gonna denaturalize your ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I bought that $5 million green gold card. I got that gold ass parachute. Shit,
apparently, that's what Nicki Minaj. Apparently, that's what Nicki Minaj did. She was showing it off the other night.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's because people are telling her they're gonna deport her to Trinidad.
But cha-ching, cha-ching. All right. And yeah, Cerebral, tell us where you can find you, sir.
Cerebral Paul 1 on Twitter, and Cerebral Paul on Twitch and YouTube. Here every Friday nights, and with KY Bob on Game Set Live on Wednesday nights.
All right.
And of course, I'm an editor and contributor for lordsofgaming.net. I will be going in 2 months. In fact, 2 months from tonight, I will still be at PAX East. So.
When I end up going there, I'm taking you to a goddamn strip club. I just want to see Cerebral Paul in a strip club.
I already know where there's a strip club there. I have a friend that lives there. It's called the Golden Banana. I swear to God. And it's about 20 minutes from where we're going to be, actually.
Okay, so Cerebral Paul in a strip club. I have 2 visions of how this goes. One is Lieutenant Dan. And one is Joe from Family Guy. I don't know which one he's going to be, but it's
I can guarantee you. I guarantee you I'll get the lap dance and I won't have to pay for it. You will. But,
right about that.
That's only if Cozy's there with you.
No. He doesn't need me to get a free lap dance.
No, it's just an added perk when you're involved. Speaking of lap dances, if Cozy doesn't give you one, Cerebral, this next guy will. KY, tell us where you can find you.
Let's just admit, Wize is just jealous because he always loses the dick measuring contest.
I'm just jealous because KY is willing to shake his fat ass in front of Cerebral and not me.
Whoa! Why is why is he catching strays?
I do not know. KY, tell us where you can find you.
Yeah, it's KY Bob hosting. I do the Game Set Live podcast on the Game Set Live YouTube channel,
and you can find him on center stage at Sammy's every Saturday night.
Actually, I'm on the left-hand stage now.
Oh, they demoted your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What the fuck happened, man?
Yeah,
not enough tips.
I'm right by the entrance, so you forget me as soon as you possibly can after you enter. So yeah, you can catch me hosting the Game Set Live podcast every Wednesday night on the Game Set Live YouTube channel. You can catch me here every Friday night on Wasted with Wize. You can also catch my gameplay videos of certain play tests and a lot of other different things on Steam right now on the Game Set Live YouTube channel, on all social media as KY Bob. And as I leave every show, gamers, get outside, touch some grass, hug someone you love, but remember to take sanity. Don't take sanity for granted, and still game on.
Well, beans. And let me go ahead and say my spiel. Yeah, my name as always is the wise old gamer, the man who brings the fun is dysfunctional, or as Cozy says, the man who brings the icky and sticky. So, sorry, I had to do it. You can catch us here every Friday. You can catch me and this motley cast of characters every Friday.
Never heard her say that.
Well, you know what says off stream stays off stream, man. Come on. You know that shit. Anyhow, yeah, you can catch me here every Friday night with this motley cast of characters at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on this illustrious podcast. And I do want to take time out and thank everybody in the chat who showed up. D487, The Real E-Knight, RPG88, Legendary Yobi. And of course, if you showed up and I did not get a chance to say hello to you, I apologize, but they scrolled up really fast. Yeah, hopefully you like what you saw, and hopefully you can hit the like and subscribe on the way out. Yeah, you can catch us here every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and I think that's about it. A little bit of a podcasting note. I will be increasing my podcast uploads starting the end of February because I'm going to have a new podcast going called Wize Rides. And basically, it's going to be kind of like a vlog of sorts. It's just like my day-to-day and what I'm thinking about. Just trying to get more content up. And hopefully you guys will tune in and care to listen to my bullshits, which half the time don't matter. I mean, it's going to be about everything. I'm in the throes of buying a new car, so I'm going to be walking through that process. Of course, games. It's going to be, because I'm a gamer, you can't separate the man from the profession. And just anything else I want to fucking talk about, whether it's politics. It's my blog. If you want to tune in, I would love it. But if you don't, oh, fuck you. So, so yeah. Anyhow, so yeah. So catch us here every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And before I sign out, as I always say, you could be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere till you've first been wasted with Wize. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And we will see you next Friday. All right, everybody, say your bye-byes. We're about to go.
Bye-bye.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Bye-bye, Tinky Winky. Bye-bye, Dipsy.
What was that? Oh, what was that at the end of Big Bang? So long, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Lola. Bye-bye, Poe.
Come on, Cerebral, you don't remember? Sit, Ubu, sit.
Yeah,
Good dog.
Yeah,
Good
I remember.
dog. That's some bad hat, Harry.
Yeah.
All right, have a great night. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next Friday. And we are
not a doctor.
Have a great night. If it ever plays, because it's been running laggy. I don't know when it's going to play. It's just going to automatically start playing for some unknown fucking reason.
My jewels and they see a player ice. They kick it like they cool, but I can tell they wanna fight. I keep them girls chill, turn them out and have them down. They never tell me no, why? Cause they like me. They looking at my jewels and they see a player ice. They kick it like they cool, but I can tell they wanna fight. I keep them girls chill, turn them out and have them down. They never tell me no, why? Cause they like me.
Cool. All right.
All right, I guess we are out.
We're out. All right, I'm gone. Bye, so I can go to sleep. Y'all have a.
I'll see you all later.